TACcup.com.au and the Red Time Sport iPhone app. This is Australia's premier under-18 footy competition. The TAC Cup, live and exclusive on TAC Cup Radio.
Good morning and welcome to Rams Arena in Craigieburn. It is a Super Sunday doubleheader out here today. The Calder Cannons taking on the Northern Knights, followed by the Greater Western Victorian Rebels taking on the Murray Bushrangers. I'm Phil Crooks, joined up on the balcony today by Rick Morris. How are you, Rick?
Yeah, good morning, Crooksy, and beautiful day, isn't it, up here at Craigieburn? Looking forward to this. Kick the dew off the grass, I suppose.
Yes, sun-drenched skies, but definitely there will be a bit of dew on the ground. And to give us an updated report of the dew on the ground is Matty Cox out on the ground. How are you, Matt?
Good, thanks, Phil. How are you?
Good. Hearing us loud and clear?
Yeah, a little bit of surface moisture, actually, just walking along the broadcast wing. Might make things a little bit slippery until the sun does dry it out throughout the day. Of course, 2 games ahead today, so conditions should be perfect for the second game, but just a little bit of moisture early in this match. No wind to speak of down here either. Perfect conditions for footy.
What do you reckon the temperatures, Rick? You've come from northeast Victoria where it's been pretty cold, I imagine.
Yeah, it's 9 degrees as we were driving in.
9 degrees.
So that'll probably pick up along the next hour, but pretty fresh. Beautiful day all the same.
It will be a perfect day. Players that you're looking forward to seeing, Rick?
Well, Bernacki's been doing very well at Calder, so just have a look at the form that he's in at the moment. For Calder, the guy who's taken my eye a little bit, as a mobile tall down back normally, so good to see how his progress is, and of course little live wire in for the 2 fibre races, a little live wire, Jesse on that forward line, I'd imagine, for the Calder Cannons. And for the Knights, we've seen a bit over there, but we just can't get enough of Jack Petrocelli at the moment.
Absolutely.
And we're looking forward to seeing him step up again. Nick Caulfield, the captain, been a great leader this year. And yeah, Jamison Shea also had a great game last time we called them.
He did.
And we've got a first gamer in Ryan Bokert today, the 23rd man. So know the family. And
they do. I was just talking to Mum inside.
Okay, yeah. So Ryan gets his chance today, number 38.
Beautiful work, Rick. We're going to take our first break of this big double header. We'll be back on the other side of this with all the action. It's Cannons versus Knights on TAC Cup Radio.
Essendon captain Goddard settles, and he's done it. He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun Josh Dunkley is looking good in his debut match. NG, the power behind Gippsland Power. For the past 19 seasons, NG, Loy Yang B and Hazelwood has been kicking goals with Gippsland Power as major sponsor. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! If you love your under-18s footy and want to know more about the future stars of the AFL, then check out AFL Draft Central. AFL Draft Central is the only AFL draft-focused website providing draft profiles, power rankings, video highlights, exclusive interviews and all the stats you need on the up-and-coming stars of the TAC Cup. To check them out, visit afldraftcentral.com.au. Like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter at AFL Draft Central. AFL Draft Central, proudly supporting TAC Cup Radio. Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Up Radio. For all your workwear, head down to Cowboys Cash and Carry, Unit 1, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown. High-vis long and short-sleeve work shirts just $5. Expect to pay triple elsewhere. High-vis wind cheaters in fluoro orange or yellow, just $8. Sizes all the way up to 5XL. If you mention this ad, they'll throw in a 3-pack of work socks free. Cowboys Cash and Carry, Unit 1, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown. Proudly supporting TAC Cup Radio.
The Red Time Sport iPhone app is here and ready to download. The app allows you to listen to the different sports BPM Media broadcasts wherever you are in the world, including VFL and TAC Cup Radio and a whole lot more. You can interact with the commentary team in real time via the Red Time Sport iPhone app feedback and social networking buttons. Plus check out upcoming broadcasts. Catch up with the latest sports headlines from around the world via the Sports News button. The Red Time Sport iPhone app. Download it from the iTunes Store today. Visit bpmmedia.com.au for more details.
TAC Cup Radio has its own Facebook page. You can find it by searching for TAC Cup Radio. Like the page and be kept up to date with everything that's happening in this year's TAC Cup season. Have your say on any topic, including the best on ground and the players making their mark on the competition. You can also find the Twitter handles for our commentary team so you can interact during the match. They all love talking about the next thing in TAC Cup footy, and you can let them know your opinion. TAC Cup Radio on Facebook. Like it now. FootyProfit.com is your go-to for everything AFL online, including some of the best under-18s coverage across Australia. The site has phantom drafts, player scout reports, predictions and expert analysis on your favourite players. Footy Profit is committed to covering the AFL draft and as a key sponsor of TAC Cup Radio provides first-class analysis and opinion. Readers are flooding to footyprofit.com to stay up to date with everything they need to know about the TAC Cup and the AFL draft. It's time you found out what all the fuss is about. Visit footyprofit.com. Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au and the Red Time Sport iPhone app, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Rams Arena, the Northern Knights have entered the arena and the Calder Cannons won't be far behind. Joining us in the special comments in the first match of the doubleheader is Gabe Sorrentino. How are you, Gabe?
I'm pretty well, and a nice fresh day here, but good conditions, nice and sunny, good seeing conditions, a slight breeze. I assume we've talked about the ground conditions, but I'm looking forward to this game. A couple of players that I'm sure we'll probably discuss this, but Jack Petrelli of the Knights, he won't touch the ball a great amount of times, but when he gets it, look out. I put him maybe in the mould of a Jarman Impey or even a Razio Fantasia type. Just got every skill in the book. So we'll be looking out for him, and a couple of players for the Calder Cannons. Mitchell Podarski, I think, came leaps and bounds. I think we saw him in round one, and now I think, did he make the Metro
I think
squad?
He did.
Yeah, and I think also Jack Bytel's the other one from Calder who made the Metro squad. Worth looking at. A few others, I think. We know
Bolter?
Noah Bolter, who I think we've called, this will be our third Calder game, I think, or maybe this will be our fourth, but has been okay in a couple of those games, but hopefully we'll see a little bit more. So I think this is a pretty good game. They've always been good games, the Knights and the Cannons, but the local rivalry, the local derby almost.
It's a good traditional rivalry, and that was shown in the Breast Cancer Network Australia brunch.
How did it go?
Behind us, it was excellent. Kitey looked magnificent, dressed up in pink.
Yeah, I was going to say the
worry was he didn't have to go out and buy that jacket and hat. He already had it in his wardrobe.
Yep.
But no, it was good. Rye was there, spoke to the two coaches, Andrew Johnson and Justin Wenke, and it was excellent. Really good, good function. Just results from yesterday in round 9.
There was a close one. The Rangers, I think, got up by a point or something like that.
Eastern Rangers 54 defeated Sandringham 53.
Gee.
Upset.
One down already.
Gippsland Power 70 defeated Geelong Falcons 65 down at
that's
Colac.
Another one down.
How's that for a trip? Gippsland to Colac.
Fair hike, yeah.
Would they get the ferry?
Well,
It'd be quicker.
Be a long ferry.
Oh no, you get on at Sorrento
you
or
got
something.
to Sorrento and cut your way through.
Cut your way through to
Bit of
Queenscliff.
seasickness.
If you played down in East Sale or Bairnsdale or somewhere and you played for Gippsland Power and you had to play at Colac.
What would be longer, Gippsland to Colac or Murray? If you were up on the Murray.
That's a good point. I'm not sure. And in the other game, the Oakley Chargers 109 defeated the Western Jets 46. And that was a game where it was fairly even for a long period of time, but Oakley really dominated the last part of the game and ran away with it. So they're going well, the Chargers, as the Calder Cannons, led by Brad Benacki, come out to the ground in the traditional orange and blue strip.
Yeah. Couple of other players, Crooksy, while we're waiting for the go. When we saw the Knights early in the season, the captain, Nicholas Caulfield, he went off injured, so we didn't get to see much of him, but he was really red hot that day, and another one who's made the Metro squad might be worth keeping an eye out, because all things being equally, he'll lead this side quite well. And a couple of other players. Sorry?
I was going to say, another boy that I'm looking forward to seeing is Lentini, who we
Lentini,
interviewed
yes.
up here
Yes.
earlier in the season.
Yep.
And see how I know he's in the Metro squad.
Ooh, and I just noticed the name here, Ryan Bokert.
Yes,
brother
he's got
of
a game.
Liam.
Yep.
He's got a game, so it'll be interesting to see. It's quite interesting when you see the brothers sort of come out. I think isn't there Dylan Parrish's brother playing at the Falcons?
Cassidy.
Yeah, so
Darcy's brother.
and they always say, "Oh, the brother's better." So
He's a different kind of player, Cassidy, than Darcy.
Okay.
The Knights have won the toss and they're going to kick to the northern or Grand Boulevard end, and the Cannons will kick to the southern city, whichever end you want to call that.
the school end.
The school end. Yeah, there's a school there, true, yes. Yeah. Selections for this game. Matthew, who are you going for? Matthew, not hearing me at the moment.
That's right.
Hearing you now?
Yeah, I can just get a little bit in pieces of you, but going to be an interesting game. Obviously, the Northern Knights, they're obviously ahead of the Cannons on the ladder. I think they're going to get the win this afternoon, probably by about 3 goals for the Cannons. You just hope, the last time we saw them here at Rams Arena, they just weren't efficient going inside attacking 50, so you hope that they can convert that this morning.
Good stuff. I'm on the Knights wagon. I'm going Knights by 27.
Oh, 27 points.
Yes.
These are traditionally very close games, so I'll just lean towards the Knights, but it wouldn't surprise me the other way. I'd be going a very small margin either way.
Rick?
Knights will win today by about 21.
21. All right.
Pink socks there, and for the Cannons, so those watching on YouTube through AFL Victoria TV, and the pink circle as well today.
Good get, Gabe. Good pick up there.
And the pink footies, and the pink interchange gates too, Crooksy.
The world is turning pink. And I like the little pink women outline around the ground. You would have saw those coming into the ground and in the car park, and
yes,
circled around the ground as well. So Ian was saying at the brunch that they're going to try and make this a bit of a tradition each year, which is good.
Good, excellent. I think this is the way you get even the teams, even though it's not really club environment, you can still get
a lot of club feel about it.
Get a club feel, and also get the rivalries going. I think that's the other thing that you can do.
All right, round 9 action underway. Take it away, Rick.
Big jump, and the ball's come to ground straight away. Still in that centre circle, unable to get anything out of it, and the umpire will come in and ball it up right in the middle. tap down. Again, they'll have to paddle it forward. Now the Cannons get the numbers behind the ball. Oh, Boulder tries to kick it in mid-air, misses. Back into the centre square it goes. Now they'll have a clearing kick towards centre wing. 2-on-1 for sure there, Gabe. Picked up there by Borg. He goes down towards half forward. They're just inside 50, a 2 against 2 situation. Knights get more numbers back, and this is Fable with the ball. A cheeky switch, which has put them under a bit of pressure across that half-back line. But there's an intercept now, and they've dribbled it down towards the goal square. It's bouncing right in front of goal. Soccer off the ground and through for behind for the first score of the match. And that's on the NG scoreboard. Calder, 1 behind. Northern Knights yet to score. And we are 1 minute in on the Technica time clock.
Knights get it to centre wing for the Knights. He gets front position, taps it down. Benaki sneaks it, picks it up, tackled, dispossessed. Petrocelli tackled, ball runs free. Loose footy on the wing. Fire brace in there, boundary line beats them all. Bit of talk about the pink footy, a little bit slipperier than your normal TW.
It's possible. The old yellow ones, when they first come out, were
a bit slipperier
than what they are these days.
With the dew, just doesn't make it easy to handle. Ball thrown in.
Oh, Harmon, good tap out.
Spills out, fire brace first to it, taps it in front of him. Getting hung on to there, umpire doesn't see that one. Might have got one in the back.
Yeah.
They saw that. And, whoa. That's just
talk about special effects.
That has been special effects. I was wondering who was coming down that beside me there.
So the Knights clear the ball, go inside 50. Goes over the pack. Clearing of the Cannons.
Perfect. We're back in order. Gee, you never thought it'd be that rapid tumble in the commentary box.
I was about to say, I'll go get my cricket helmet for you, Crooksy.
Now it's half forward now for the Northern Knights, attacking to what would be the northern end of the ground. And the two big fellas in the ruck go down, tap it forward. No clear possession yet. Good gang tackling by the Knights to keep it inside their 50. There'll be a ball up again, about 45 out from goal.
Oh, bit of feeling. Harmon in the middle of it. I think he was one with the very aggressive tackle.
Throw it up again. Tap down, cleared away. Outer side of the ground by Bytel. Goes towards the scoreboard, the NG scoreboard, and it's out of bounds.
Guys, just Jake Firebrace came off the ground after that contest down on the broadcast side, just getting a bit of work done on the bench.
Okay, keep an eye on him, Matt. So the throw in front of the scoreboard, tap down, that time by Harmon. Gets it to ground, trying to run away with it here, the Cannons, but no clear possessions. Pick up by Petrocelli, but lost it just as quickly. We've got another pack forming, and they're trying to shovel it out, but the umpire will have to come in and ball it up. We are 60 metres out from the Northern Knights goal. That's the western side of the ground, or the Tullamarine Airport side. Ball paddled back into the pack, kicked out towards half forward again. Just inside the 50 they go. Cannons just thump it away, just out of the danger zone temporarily, and it's kicked down further afield. Not able to really win possession there, but the Knights come in, get Cofield, gets it, runs around whoever he wants to. Did it well, but probably took too long in the end, and he's got support through Ollie Stapleton. They're just trying to straighten things up a bit. Now they've got a loose one at half forward, and they'll chip it in towards Grace. The big fella goes up, crunches the whole pack, brings it to ground. It's paddled back outside 50 again, or around that 50 mark. Cannons getting numbers back, not quite able to win real clear possession. They've got a loose one if they can pick it up and get it over to him. And
dangerous.
Wrong option there, and an intercept mark there to Bell. Should have gone short then over.
Yeah, he had a shorter option, 20 metres. It would have been safer.
Two little kicks would have got it way out of that problem. But anyway, Bell.
Have a shot now. Have a shot.
Brody Bell. Ding dong.
Go to the left post, I reckon, Crooksy and Rick.
He comes in from 50. Kicks it low. Didn't quite get there. and the ball spills off the pack over the line, and we'll have a throw in beside the behind post.
Sounded like a heavy footy to me.
I was going to say it might be pumped up a little bit too much, that footy.
That would have stung the instep.
Now, on a cold day like this.
It's a bit like the old plastic footies back in our day.
Shocker.
Break your foot.
And the ones you used to get at the petrol station, the brown ones.
Ball thrown in, McNichol and Harmon. Big pack of players, double tackle comes in. The ball to be thrown up.
Early on, I noticed, Crooksy, that Harmon gets his hands on most of the tap out, so just got to organise where that tap's going and which Knights play is collecting.
Ball comes down again, tackle driven into the dirt. Umpire has a look and says, no, we'll
here
throw
we go.
that up.
Harmon in amongst it again.
That's the way to sort it out. Throw the ball up.
Now they come out. Quick kick comes off hands and over the boundary line, out of bounds. We are 6.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock. Calder one behind. The Knights yet to score. They're at the northern end, Grand Boulevard end. Beautiful throw in. McNichol gets the double fister. It's taken for the Knights and kicked forward by Binion. Comes off hands. Penrith can't see it, and Patrick Howe sees it over the boundary line, out of bounds, 30 metres around from goal.
An arm wrestle at the moment, that's what you call it.
So the throw in. Knights doing all the attacking for the last 5 or 6 minutes, but yet to score. They get the throw in. Harmon pushes it forward. We've got well, they just couldn't get it out in the open.
Good play.
Now Andrews gets a little kick down towards the full forward. They're trying to burst their way through trouble, but it ended up volleyball tap over the back and cleared there with Podarski getting a handball out. But anyway, they'll move on and kick long towards centre wing, and they didn't let him down. Oh, he didn't quite hold it long enough, the umpire said. Play on's a call. We've got a series of players just coming from left, right and centre, and the umpire will ball it up just inside the centre square, far side of the ground. Quick throw up, tap down. Again, gang tackling, kick out inside 50, but it'll be a mark to Bolter. Noah Bolter kicks it 60 metres. Over the back it goes. Sharked away that time by Wilson. He'll work it clear to a running player in Cofield.
Great tackle.
Caulfield just gets a dribbler through. Thought he got a foot to it.
Drop kick, I think, Rick.
Okay. They'll play on through Firebrace and kick long now towards half forward. And spilled out the back. Borg with a little handoff. They'll kick it down towards full forward now. 1-on-1. Oh, great body work there. And Riccardi takes the mark. And he'll kick from about 30 metres out.
Yep.
Not much of an angle. Goal umpire's having a bit of trouble seeing this with the sun right in his eye. And here we go with Riccardi. Comes in, kicks beautifully. That's a goal. First goal on the board to the Calder Cannons. 1-1-7. Northern Knights yet to score. That is on the NG scoreboard. And now we're 9 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
And it always happens, doesn't it? The Knights had all the play for the last 4 or 5 minutes forward of centre. The Cannons go down the other end and they get a goal. So it was good play, actually. Good overlapping run there by the Cannons. They didn't get clean possession from marks and whatever, but the ball came down and they were able to run and flow down. And in the end, a good mark there by Riccardi. He looks a little taller than what he
he plays tall.
He plays pretty tall for what, a 185 roughly?
He got the tap out against Grace, but the Knights get the clearing kick. They kick right into the heart of 50. Ball at their feet, trying to squeeze it out. Here's a quick snap at goal. Harmon at the back. Mark dropped. Cannons trying to clear through Firebrace. They kick to the outer half-back flank. No, it's easy for you to say, Gabe. Scholl gets it to half forward. Close to the boundary line.
Oh, well played.
Knights, Grace, handballs it back into traffic. Slippery footy, Caulfield. Kicks forward, finds a man. We're on half forward on the western side of the ground.
Kick.
And the mark is taken in defence here by Podarski. They decide to switch play, the Cannons. Overlapping handball. Could have been caught. Skimming kick up forward. Lovely pick up.
Oh, good tackle,
but
though.
Dispossessed
Great
Taylor.
tackle.
And this is Andrews. Mitchell Andrews for the Northern Knights. He kicks to half forward. He's got a man all on his own, and it's our boy Bokert playing his first game. Ryan Bokert goes inboard, finds Andrews. He's going to wheel around, gets onto the right boot, kicks it to centre half forward. Numbers there, caught, slammed into the ground. Ball is not going to get out of there, and the umpire will come in and ball this up. 49 metres out.
A lot of congestion in and around the ball, and where the ball's been actually kicked. They're not kicking to space, they're kicking to numbers more. So they might have to open up both sides, the forward line.
And again, that congestion's following on from what you're saying, and trying to work it out of that trouble zone. And Boulder leads in the race, but he overruns it, paddles it to his mate. They're able to get it out with a quick handball back to Boulder, and he goes down towards, centre wing almost, and out of bounds it goes, the NG scoreboard side of the ground.
I think they're playing a zone defence, I think, the Cannons. So, and then what they're doing is they're backing themselves to actually win the ball, because the Knights at the moment are kicking to the centre of the zone, where instead of kicking maybe for a bit of space and letting the forwards run to it.
Yeah, they're just getting bottled up down there in 50, and the Calder Cannons doing it well with the clearing kicks. Firebrace takes the mark in the middle of the ground almost.
We have an open forward line.
And he kicks long and low, and a beautiful pass out in front, and they'll play on straight away.
Good play.
Kick to a high ball, centre half forward, ball hits the deck. They're trying to work it clear. They've got numbers, but the Knights get more numbers through Bokert with a nice hand out over the top.
Oh.
They run in and out of trouble there. Don't know how they got through there. But anyway, Calder with the kick inside, a smother there.
Oh, good play.
And they're just trying to work it out of there again, and that was picked up by Lentini. He goes to Andrews, and Andrews finds Shea at half back.
Jamison Shea off half back, kicks along the line, looking for Grace. Through to beat, Bolter flies. He was looking for that footyprofit.com.au mark of the day. Couldn't complete it with the slippery footy, and now the ball is in dispute. Umpire will come in and ball this up. Centre wing.
Good defensive play there before by Uslak, Stefan Uslak. Made sure the ball didn't get behind him.
We're on the eastern or freeway side of Rams Arena. Cannons.
Good hands.
Work the ball forward. Lentini sees it over the boundary and out of bounds. We are 25 metres around from the Cannons goal.
We have a number 6, Crooksy.
We do. We might have to get a footy record at quarter time, Rick.
There should be an old one there.
Somewhere. Yep, we'll have a look for that. Ball to be thrown in. Big throw in, tapped down by the Knights. Shea. Stapleton forces it towards the boundary line. Cannons going to be able to keep it in. Good work. Benaki kicks to the hot spot. Ball dropped. Now they've got a chance. Penrith lays the tackle. Hot contested footy right on the 50-metre arc, and the umpire will come in and ball this up.
So Calder attacking at centre half forward, 50 metres out. Got about 15 or 16 players around it. Tapped out by Grace. Benaki gets caught with it. They tap it along. They've got little Jake Firebrace. Kicks it down towards half forward, but an intercept mark there by Caulfield. They'll work it out the back through Lentini. He'll go wide. Drop mark there by Serrano. Can't quite break away again. They'll try and clear it now, Calder. Working it backwards towards their half forward area. And there'll be a ball in. Airport side of the ground. Any other landmarks over there?
Mount Ridley Estate.
Highgate Tavern or something.
Sydney.
Tapped down by Grace at the front. They're trying to run onto it, and there was a bit of a trip to Benaki by the look of it.
He's been busy early.
Yeah. Getting a lot of possessions of late, Benaki, in recent games. And he'll kick towards centre half forward to a nice lead, and out in front.
Good footy.
Good footy, and there he is.
I think it's Curtis Taylor, Rick.
Curtis Taylor, is it?
Let's double check in the glasses. Yep, it's number 5.
Now, it was a bit of a rap for this boy the first time we saw him.
Yep.
Got a bit of an X factor about him, Curtis.
He's a lean fellow, 186.74 from Keilor.
Just something about him, Crooksy. Keep an eye on him. Taylor. Coming in, he's going to kick from 45. Slow approach and pulls his left leg, and that resulted in the kick going sideways. Through for a behind. They'll play on straight away through Mitch Andrews, and he finds Caulfield at half-back. Bit of a general down there.
They like to work through him.
Yep, and he gets it back to Andrews, again, who's a high possession winner. They'll chip it around and go very wide to Shea. He just gets it right on the line. Photo finish, but I think I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And Jamison Shea goes long to centre wing. Harmon's up at the front. Oh, great mark, Noah Boulder. Doing some good aerial work so far, Noah. And spears a long kick, but that ball was dropped. Benaki ends up with it. Gives off the handball. He's got support, dropped by Bytel. They run around through Benaki again. Just racking him up at the moment. Goes inboard. Again, a handball in the Bolter direction. He lost possession. They're working him back here well, the Knights.
Good pressure.
Ended up with a nice handball to Fletcher. Fletcher's gone way back, and they're under the pump here.
Penrith.
Tackled there. Tilly gets it. He's all over it, but eventually gets the free kick.
Oh.
They'll give it,
very keen to tackle.
They'll give it to Jack Evans, and he spears it onto the chest. You could hear the thud. And now we've got Serrano.
Oh, here we go.
Gives off the little kick down towards full forward, just overcooked at a metre. And then they should be able to clear here Calder through Fryer brace. Jesse, or Jake that is. And he kicks long towards half centre wing, and back inboard they go. Picked up by Lant, classy player. They'll end it up with the ball here, the Knights, through Serrano. He runs to centre half forward and kicks it. Puts his forward under pressure because Fletcher was there at the front. Brings it to ground. They haven't quite got away here yet. Partial smother in the goal square. Kick through. That was great work there. And Patrick Howe looks like has dobbed that one, Crooksy.
Yeah, Patrick Howe's got the first on the board for the Northern Knights on the NG scoreboard. They're 1 goal straight, 6. And the Calder Cannons are 1-2-8. We are 18.5 minutes in on the Technica time clock, and that is an AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender, because we don't have many contenders.
Yeah, I was going to say a goal each.
It's leading.
That's
it's a clubhouse leader.
It's been a struggle, but again, it was that opportunity to clear the ball, and they went for that little sideways kick, and it didn't work.
Cannons going to get the clearing kick. They go forward through Mustafa. It's near the boundary line, and gee, he just tapped it onto his boot there.
I think the handball before it came brought the ball out, and then he handballed it into the leg. So I think it was out of bounds before the kick.
I hope they've brought the...
you're correct, yeah, Gabe. He was over the line when it hit his leg.
Right.
Good call, Gabo. Ball to be thrown in. We're right on the 50-metre arc. Cannons into the ground. McNichol gets the tap down. Plenty of Knights there. Just need some clear air to get rid of it.
It's very
Cannons congested. Now they feed it out. Mustafa kicks wide. Knights, they just chip in here. Keep the ball in. No, they don't. Over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Rick nearly went for a sixer.
Take over the balcony.
Nearly over the balcony.
Ball to be thrown in. We are almost 20 minutes into this first quarter. We're 15 metres around from the Cannons' goal. Up they go. Snap smothered by Binion. And this will be over the boundary line and out of bounds. We're now 35 metres around from the Cannons' goal. Tight first quarter, nothing in it. Up she goes. Down at Petrocelli, works his way well in heavy traffic, feeds a handball out.
Contest.
Now the Cannons, loose footy. Gillard, Binion, trying to keep it in. Could have been in the back, not paid. Now Petrocelli gets it, kicks it round the corner, looking for a teammate. There's two there. They need to be clean. They've got some numbers here. They get the ball out.
Oh,
that will hurt. That'll be a corky. They kick it a centre half forward. Fletcher for Cannons. Ball comes out. Bernacki. They get it across. Back to Bernacki. Right boot. Kicks inside 50. Bouncing ball. Fire brace. Look how quick. Bounces the ball through. That is an AFL Draft Central goal of the day. Well done, Jake Firebrace.
Jake, or was it Jesse?
Jesse.
Oh, hang on, Jesse it was.
Jesse.
They're hard to tell apart, those two Firebrace boys, except one's number 11 and one's number 39, Gabe.
Yes, that's right.
That's their second goal of the day. 2 goals, 2-14 on the NG scoreboard. 1 goal straight, Northern Knights. 21 and a half minutes in on the Technica time clock.
Bernacki's being a big influence in this game.
Huge.
Every time he gets the ball in a little bit of space, the kick inside forward 50 wasn't the greatest, but it was to advantage. And they were able to run onto the ball. That's one thing the Cannons, they're 4A forwards. They're getting players running towards goal.
Harmon with the hand down. Calder with the ball again. Kicked out of trouble through Browning. Gets it down towards half forward. Or big collision there.
Good contest though.
And the Knights should be able to mop off, but a horror kick off the side of the boot.
Good pressure
out of bounds.
Good pressure by Firebrace.
That was Mark Baker with that wide ball. So in the hands of Lant.
No, it's got to go to Walsh.
So Walsh comes across. And he'll play on and kick towards half forward. Knights get the numbers back. Big fly. Well, kicked, this could be deliberate, I'd say.
No,
they wouldn't hesitate to pay that in the AFL.
Yeah, but thing was there, Stapleton. It was a 50-50. It was to the player, to the boundary. Got to give the benefit of the doubt sometimes. I think in the AFL they
do go overboard, and I don't think we do enough on in our grade here. That was deliberate in my book. Anyway, tap down the front. Should clear to the centre wing. Over the back of Goster with the punch. Brings it to ground. Howe gets it. Runs into trouble, but they work it out of there. And a fumble at the crucial stage.
Out on the full.
Saw it clip the back heel of someone's boot, and the Knights have got it through Howe. He goes back, and he's got support there through Stapleton.
He's been good.
Classy player, goes inboard. And Brody Bell just weighing up his options. They'll have to be smart here, and Petrocelli's
leave him alone.
Very good option. And he'll run around. He's got that 5-metre burst, but he tried to do too much. They still have it, and they lost it. Some pretty horrible play there by the Knights this time, but Bell will help them out again. And they'll kick it towards centre half forward. Augusta with the hand. Just spoiled the mark at the last minute, which was good play because it's held them up and it's gone out of bounds. Good little finger on the ball there by Augusta.
Sometimes all you got to do as a forward is bring the ball down. You don't necessarily have to take the mark for it to be a good play. So now they've got an opportunity set up, but very congested. A lot of orange and white around this throw-in.
Ball thrown in. Grace. Riccardi.
We drag
trapped
that in.
Underneath. Umpire looks. Says I'll ball it up again.
Big call.
Well, Riccardi and Grace. Grace just bumps him out of the way. They spin out of the pack and touched on the line.
I think it was, who was it?
Gillard.
Gillard.
Fletcher to bring the ball back in. Mason Fletcher. He'll kick this 75 to 80 metres is my opinion.
Will he go father son, Crooks?
He'll go father son. He does kick it a good distance and spots a man.
No. Oh, you didn't pay that earlier when... Okay.
They play on. Firebrace on the wing. Mustafa on the wing. Kicks it out wide. Now they kick along the line, and that'll be over the boundary line. Out of bounds and on the full. 25 and a half minutes into the first quarter. In the shadows of the siren, Lentini for the Knights goes backwards to Andrews. Andrews just chips one up.
Don't kick on the back foot. We saw North last night cough it up a few times doing that.
Caulfield to Stapleton. Stapleton comes out wide looking for Fable.
Yes, down the line, that's good play.
Fable goes forward, a little bit of manhandling. That hurt
fingers,
the finger.
Bolter.
Oh, stinger. Oh, that hurt.
We felt that right underneath us there with the spoil.
Cold.
Got a free kick out of that.
Yeah, I think he might have got a little hand in the back.
Little nudge, but
Bolter goes forward. Penrith about to jump on it. Keeps the footy in. No, he doesn't. Big fan of that boy, Ethan Penrith.
Bit of activity on the interchange there, Matty.
Yeah, Noah Bolter looks like he's done a little bit of damage to his finger too in that last marking contest. Might have jarred it. Staying on the field though for the moment.
Ball thrown in. It's a bit short. Grace taps it straight back towards the boundary line. Firebrace can't keep it in.
They're getting familiar with this ball, aren't they? They're handling it quite well at the moment.
And the sun is out, though. The dew will be drying.
Yeah.
Where it's a bit cold in the shadows up in the balcony.
I was going to say, can we have a bit of sun up here?
There'll be a throw in at centre wing here. Grace underneath it with Riccardi. There's the siren. And at quarter time, Calder Cannons 2-2-14 lead the Northern Knights 1-1-7. And
the goal kickers, please, Gabe.
Yeah, not too many to go through here, but one to Riccardi and Firebrace for the Calder Cannons, and the sole goal kicker, Patrick Howe, for the Northern Knights.
Perfect. We will take a break and be back on the other side of this. It is a 7-point lead to the Cannons at quarter time.
Essendon captain Goddard settles, and he's done it. He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun Josh Dunkley is looking good in his debut match. NG, the power behind Gippsland Power. For the past 19 seasons, NG, Loy Yang B and Hazelwood has been kicking goals with Gippsland Power as major sponsor. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! If you love your under-18s footy and want to know more about the future stars of the AFL, then check out AFL Draft Central. AFL Draft Central is the only AFL draft-focused website providing draft profiles, power rankings, video highlights, exclusive interviews and all the stats you need on the up-and-coming stars of the TAC Cup. To check them out, visit afldraftcentral.com.au. Like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter at AFL Draft Central. AFL Draft Central, proudly supporting TAC Cup Radio. Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. For all your workwear, head down to Cowboys Cash and Carry, Unit 1, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown. High-vis long and short-sleeve work shirts, just $5. Expect to pay triple elsewhere. High-vis wind cheaters in fluoro, orange or yellow, just $8. Sizes all the way up to 5XL. If you mention this ad, they'll throw in a 3-pack of work socks free. Cowboys Cash and Carry, Unit 1, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown. Proudly supporting TAC Cup Radio.
The Red Time Sport iPhone app is here and ready to download. The app allows you to listen to the different sports BPM media broadcasts wherever you are in the world, including VFL and TAC Cup Radio and a whole lot more. You can interact with the commentary team in real time via the Red Time Sport iPhone app feedback and social networking buttons. Plus check out upcoming broadcasts. Catch up with the latest sports headlines from around the world via the Sports News button. The Red Time Sport iPhone app. Download it from the iTunes Store today. Visit bpmmedia.com.au for more details.
TAC Cup Radio has its own Facebook page. You can find it by searching for TAC Cup Radio. Like the page and be kept up to date with everything that's happening in this year's TAC Cup season. Have your say on any topic, including the best on ground and the players making their mark on the competition. You can also find the Twitter handles for our commentary team so you can interact during the match. They all love talking about the next thing in TAC Cup footy, and you can let them know your opinion. TAC Cup Radio on Facebook. Like it now. Footyprofit.com is your go-to for everything AFL online, including some of the best under-18s coverage across Australia. The site has phantom drafts, player scout reports, predictions and expert analysis on your favourite players. Footy Profit is committed to covering the AFL draft and as a key sponsor of TAC Cup Radio provides first-class analysis and opinion. Readers are flooding to footyprofit.com to stay up to date with everything they need to know about the TAC Cup and the AFL draft. It's time you found out what all the fuss is about. Visit footyprofit.com. Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au and the Red Time Sport iPhone app, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Rams Arena, it is Calder 2214, Northern 117, and down on the ground for footyprofit.com.au is Matthew Cox speaking to Ian Kite of the Calder Cannons.
Thanks, Crooksy. Yeah, got Ian Kite with me. Ian, a good start to the game, 2-2-14. What you expected in the first term?
Yeah, I think we've just had to try and consolidate the play we've had in the last few weeks where we've been at it and shared the ball around. A little bit slippery conditions, and if we can be a bit cleaner and put a bit more pressure on, I think we should be able to continue.
And the slingshot off halfback seemed to really work a couple of occasions in that first term. Is that what you're going to try and get going in this second quarter?
I think it's the advantage of having somebody like Noah Bolter back there, and Odzali and Tilly who can, and Fletch back there that can run and kick the ball well and move quickly out of there. You know, you've got to move the ball quickly, try and get it into the forwards. You know, we're not over-endowed with talent down the forward line at the moment. We've got some really good plays, but with Bolter back, you know, we rely on Riccardi and the five racers and now Brownie trying to get into the game to see if they can get us a few goals.
Who else is going to take on a bit of more responsibility in this term?
Oh, I reckon Benaki did it in the first quarter, so if he continues, I think he's had 13 in the first quarter and used the ball reasonably well. If we can get a couple of early centre clearances, I think that's going to really benefit us.
Thanks very much, Ian. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Well done, Matty. What did you make of that first quarter, Gabo?
It was an arm wrestle. That's basically it. And I think what happened was, one of the things, I sort of tried to work out who were the best players. I think for the Cannons, one that stood out was Benaki. As we heard, he's had 13 touches in that quarter.
Doesn't surprise.
I thought Riccardi was a good option. Without touching the ball a great amount of times, he presented, kicked the goal. But I want to mention the team defence of the Cannons. For the amount of ball that was going in to the Knights forward line, I just thought they worked well together, led with Bolter in the middle of that defence, but they were able to just clear the ball many times. I mean, I would say inside 50s, the Knights would be up by at least between 5 and 10 times entered inside 50, but that defence has worked well. At times it's been a bit shaky with the way they've cleared the ball. You know, the Knights have kicked one goal, I'd say all from turnover. So the goal and the behind. So I just thought as a group, the defence, and when they go forward, the Cannons, as Ian and Matt sort of spoke about that fact that when they do get that ball outside defence and come through, they've got this swarm running through and they're able to actually chase the goals when they're going forward. And I think if they just keep that sort of pressure on through the middle, the Knights haven't been able to get much of clear possession through the middle at this stage. So a good team effort at the moment, the Cannons. For the Knights, they've had some good work through the halfback line of Caulfield, Stapleton and Lentini have worked quite well to repel some of the attack. But I think at the moment the Cannons would probably be having a big tick and the Knights need to change, especially the way they go forward of centre at this stage, maybe kick to a bit more space.
Yeah, I thought the Knights overdid it a bit in that forward line and just didn't put out enough shepherds to open up, you know, a clear passage for some of those forwards coming through.
But I think the midfielders and the half-backers, they were looking up and they were going, oh, the Cannons have sort of got this zone, so let's kick to where our players are, which is right in the middle of the zone. Whereas I think one thing that you can do, even if you're looking up and there's Cannons players sort of creating a sort of a circle, is kick to some space and back you forward. All right, if they lose the ball, fair enough, but at least give an opportunity to have a better go at goal than just kicking it to the middle of the zone. You have one Cannons player who'll punch it down to the ground, and then there's 3 or 4 at the foot of the base of the pack, and off they go. And I think you just got to change the way you move the ball forward, or the other option is you start handballing and running.
Yeah, get more around the contest to help out the ball carrier. I think that would clear open the play for them.
Just an update, number 6 is Velosaurus.
Oh, we should have known that off the top.
Oh, top of our heads, thanks to Lance Whitney. All right, second quarter action here at Rams Arena. Take it away, Rick.
Tap down, they're sharked away nicely by Lant for Calder, goes towards full forward, big high kick over the back, ball spilt. Here's Firebrace, runs to goal, kicks through the middle.
It's good, I think that one's the Jake variety, is it?
We'll just pick it up, but I think it might be
was it
Jesse.
Because Jesse's played more forward and Jake's been more in the midfield, but
that was a great running goal. He's just definitely looked a lot on fire today, these 2 Firebraces.
That was Jesse.
Jesse.
And
number
2
39. Yeah. And that takes them, that's his second for the day. 3-2-20 to 1-1-7. Calder leading a minute into this second quarter.
Yeah, Jake's up at centre wing, on the outer centre wing, and Jesse's played more as a half forward.
Harmon gets the tap out for the Knights. Bernaki's going to get the clearing handball, goes out wide, spilt. Now the Knights follow up through Gillard. Hacking kick out. Now little Firebrace, bounces over his head. Repelled by the Knights, kicks to no one in particular. Bernaki.
Jeez, he's racking him up.
That's number 15. Gillard.
Good hands.
Andrews, Petrocelli kicks forward. Measured kick.
Now this is better.
Harrison Grace squares it up. Stapleton.
There you go.
Mark taken, and this will be Patrick Howe.
So the idea there was, instead of going long to the middle of that, sort of where everyone will end up being, go out to the open side and kick to advantage. So whether it's a mark or whether you can run onto it. So there is a slight change even with the first play.
Patrick Howe lining up for his second goal of the day. He's on a 45-degree angle. He'll kick from 48. Gives it a fair bite. Gives it a fair go.
That's a goal.
And that is a beauty. Straight through the middle for the Northern Knights. That's their second. 2-1-13 on the NG scoreboard. 3-2-20 the Calder Cannons, and 2 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
Gee, we went 25 minutes for 3 goals, and we've gone 2 minutes for 2 goals. So that's a good start there. But clearly there, we automatically saw just a little shift of the way the ball got moved in. They kicked out to space. Good hands there by Mitchell Andrews to find Petrocelli, and then Petrocelli's use and was fantastic in that play. And here we go.
There he is. Petrocelli bursts through the middle, kicks down towards full forward, little shove over the back, and the ball goes too far and out of bounds. I'd still, on that last play, Gabe, I'd still like to see that handball as the first option out of the pack, rather than the kick and hoping, which they've done. And I'd like to just see them open it up a bit with the handball out of trouble. Anyway, throw in, forward pocket, goes to ground, and Calder, or they get the kick in, but it was just stopped at the last minute and dribbled over the boundary line.
Patrick Howe, good tackle there, kicking goals and keeping the forward line pressure. Harmon's getting his hands on the ball in the ruck. He's just got to get that tap out to advantage a little better. And we saw that in that last centre bounce.
We've got a proppy player over there, Matt, if you can keep an eye on. Ball tapped down to the front towards full forward. Little kick out of trouble by Binion. Tapped away by Harmon. Bit of aerial ping pong, that's for sure there. Anyway, comes out to Mitchell. He gets tackled, gives off the handball. Can't break away here yet, the Knights. They're still inside 50. Cannons with a kick, but it's found trouble. Gillard takes the mark. He goes wide to a lead, but he doesn't execute it. They've still got it in front of him, the Knights.
Get rid of it.
Augusta gives it over the back, and Stapleton gives it, and there was a bit of a dribble kick down towards full forward. They've got a chance here, the Knights, if they can get numbers at the back. But Calder did it well, worked it towards the 50. Penrith for the Knights gives it off, gets it back, dribbles it towards the square. Calder with the numbers, Fletcher with the kick out of trouble. Good spoil by Binion, brings it to ground. Knights working overtime to keep it in their 50. And good tackling going on at the same time, and there'll be a ball up.
Good pressure there by the Knights, keeping that ball inside 50.
We're 35 out from the Northern Knights goal. 20 plays 13, Calder leading. Calder with the kick out of trouble. Caulfield leads in the race but overran it. Now they've got numbers here, the Cannons. Good handball over the top. They've got a runner in Mustafa. Well, that was Valasaris. He's found Jake Firebrace. He'll get it to the run and Tilly. They get into trouble but work their way out of it through Jake Firebrace, through the centre. Just overdid it there. Just Gillard underneath it, trying to work it out of the ruck. Again, a good handball to Stapleton. Stapleton with a high ball down to centre half forward. Oh, good spoil at the last minute there by Curtis Taylor. Goes back inside the centre square. Penrith with the handover. They get it out. Oh, well done, Fable. He runs to centre half forward, takes a bounce, loses it. Now he'll kick under pressure, but still finishes it off beautifully for an AFL Draft Central goal of the day.
Great goal.
Great goal by Fable. Went the bounce, and of course the sticky or the soft ground, a little bit slippery. Didn't bounce up to him. Had to go back and kick under pressure and put through a lovely goal, but I like the way he burst out of trouble.
He did, and it was good help there. I think it was Stapleton might have been down there. I'm not sure who it was down there that just gave enough. I think it was Stapleton because he's just moved to the wing here and just put enough of pressure on the Cannons play to allow Fable to get a metre away and kick a lovely goal from about 45.
Back in the middle, 20 plays 19, 6 minutes into the second quarter. Harmon gets the tap out, but Mustafa gets the clearing kick. Caulfield at centre half back, comes off hands. He butters up, kicks it out wide. Bell just drops it, needs to get rid of it quickly. He does. Lentini inboard, Caulfield, cool as a cucumber. Handballs into the middle. They take control. Lentini kicks out wide. Howe overruns it, and the boundary line beats them all.
I think Howe's been a good option at centre half forward for the Knights. Someone to kick to. I think the last time we saw them here, we were bleeding that they didn't really have anyone to kick to at centre half forward, but Howe looks like a good option.
McNichol and Harmon. Harmon gets the front spot. Double hander. Could have been legged. Intercept. Good work by the Cannons. Bernacki gets it out wide. Stuttling little kick to half forward. Ball hits the deck. Knights could have been caught high. Handballs off the ground. Bernacki gets the handball out. Dispossessed. Scrappy footy. Now it's kick clear.
Good mark.
Terrific. That is a footyprofit.com.au. Curtis Taylor. He kicks up forward.
Ricky, he's your boy, Curtis Taylor.
Oh, he's a class act.
Mitchell Pajaski kicks to full forward. Ball spills. They need to be clean.
Lentini, fantastic.
Caulfield
handball.
Squares it out wide. Gillard looking for Howe.
Oh no, Howe. That was silly.
That was 100 to 1, wasn't it?
I was about to say, play the percentages, take a boundary throw in, and back your midfield to grab the clearance.
That was better the way they worked it out with that first handball, just to clear it out, and they didn't kick under pressure. But anyway, we've got it at centre wing. Calder to kick it through to the 50-metre mark. Over the back it goes. Knights with Bell, gets it over the back with that handball again to Gillard. Gillard goes long, he spotted someone out wide, just dropped what he should have taken. And looked like Serrano over there, goes towards the middle of the ground there. They've got numbers here, the Knights, if they can break free, and they do. And they'll kick long.
Oh, look at this.
And kick towards full forward, Petrocelli.
Yeah, just used a little bit of the backside there, just kept his man from the fall of the ball and read it beautifully. And it always happens. You get that quick movement forward, and the defence don't have a chance when it's one-on-one.
One-on-one, especially that guy, Petrocelli. And he does a lot of damage when he goes forward, and this could be a move they need before half-time. Jack Petrocelli comes in and kicks
dearie
very
me.
low.
He just
He
got it.
all right. Did all right out of it.
I think that pink ball, there's an issue with that pink ball.
It's a heavy footy.
It is a heavy footy. There's a little bit too much finesse at times from that boy all the same. And playing well. Good player.
Can I just say there's been, our Northern Knights lead now 4-1-25, 3-2-20. One move that I've been really impressed with, it happened late in the first quarter, is Brodie Bell to half-back line.
Yeah.
And he's run really well and been a link man in a lot of the moves forward. Oh, Cannon's encroachment, Brooksy.
Love encroachment. Shea kicks out wide.
Good defence. The Cannons defenders do the one percenters brilliantly. They close in, they punch.
Just one little mistake. Had to take those out in front of you. You can't go the chest mark. Just allowed the defender that extra metre.
Well, the good defenders only need that extra step.
Yep.
And I'll beat you.
Grace and Riccardi. Big Joel slaps at the footy. Good work by the Cannons. Mustafa. Now they work their way out through Lant. Kicks to centre wing. Could have been a little nudge in the back.
Good call, Cooksey. Just a hand in the sort of high back shoulder area.
Just helped him move forward.
Is that Bolter?
No.
No.
They square it backwards, the Cannons. Cut off at the pass. In a little bit of Barney rubble here. Riccardi wheels around, kicks long inside 50. The big men fly. Spills to the front of the pack. Knights. Had the pocket pinched, and it bounces through.
Who was that?
That was Valasaris.
Yes.
I was going to call Mustafa, but I just knew it wasn't him, but it looked like him. But Valasaris gets the Cannons fourth, and another lead change. 4-2-26 are the Calder Cannons on the NG scoreboard. Northern Knights are 4-1-25. We're 11 and a half minutes plus on the Technica time clock.
Good contest at the moment. We're getting a few goals, so it's great.
Improvement definitely by the Cannons today from what we've seen earlier in the year. And the ruckman missed that one, but it favours the Knights here to get the handball out through Jamison Shea, who's having a good game, gives it to Fable. They run into trouble again here. Cannons getting numbers around the ball.
Get rid of it.
Now they get it out wide, and this will be taken by Lentini. Marcus Lentini down towards half forward. Good work, good harassing there. Found it spill out the back, and they're trying to barge their way through, but too many Knights players there, and the umpire will ball it up.
Issue with that technique there. I don't know who the Cannons player was, but going head first into a tackle.
Yep.
It's not good for your life.
Grace with the height. Sharked away that time by Browning. Gets it down to half forward. Spoil. Baker underneath it. Gets jumped
in
on.
The back.
Yep, they landed on top of him. And Baker will take the free kick at half back.
That could be.
Now he's in trouble. He runs in and out of trouble. He gets it across to his teammate in Zhang. Zhang over to Ollie Stapleton. Another impressive player goes inboard. He's found his teammate there in Binion. Sam Binion gives it to Baker, who runs on to wing. Now he's just got a...
Over the top.
He's looking for a short one and he gets it. Nice hit up lead there.
Yeah, but see, this is what happens now. The Cannons have been able to set.
Oh, they're in trouble here. Run in and out of trouble. Zhang with the handball back to Binion. Or Shea it was. Lentini now streams through the middle, goes wide. And he's found Howe out there. Or that was Gillard. They go long down the line now, down towards the forward pocket. They shove him out of the way and it goes towards the boundary line. Calder keeping it in there. Fire brace. Gets it, runs on Jesse.
Here we go.
Showing some pace here, runs away from the contest. Kicks on the left, down to a one-on-one. And the ball hits the boot and goes out of bounds for a throw-in.
We love that, don't we?
We want him to go a couple more bounces. Just rip it up, burn up the grass.
It is exciting.
14 minutes into this second quarter. It is the Cannons by 1 point. Ball to be thrown in, half forward flank. western side of the ground. Riccardi at the front. Ball spills out. They go backwards to come forwards, the Cannons. They go inboard. Bernacchi, the skipper.
Could have been 50.
He's got a man out wide and he spots him up. 2 bites of the cherry. Aidan Tilley. Tilley goes to half forward. Looking for Mustafa. He wheels his way around. Kicks to the hot spot. Mark taken. Nothing in that. And the mark is taken for the Calder Cannons by Borg. Borg played pretty well in the earlier game we played here, called here this year.
He did, and my concern is the distance with this ball.
He's going to kick from 50.
Yeah, but we've seen that if you don't time it...
Look, they're all asking for it.
Yeah,
Fletcher wants it. I'd give it to Dustin Fletcher.
Dustin?
Matty Borg comes in. It's a heavy footy, you can hear it.
Yeah, he made the distance though, all right? Because normally you hook those when you're looking for distance, but...
4-3-27, 4-1-25. Caulfield kicks to himself, kicks out wide.
Oh, good contest.
Punched onward, good work. Stapleton gets it to Binion.
Jeez.
Binion tucks it under his arm,
Good
kicks into the man
smother.
on the mark. Bernacchi gets the spoils. Enough Cannons here.
Gee, they were off
And
then, weren't
I'll
they?
tell
Off
you
and
what.
running then if that kick wasn't smothered.
Guys, just an update from the boundary. Noah Bolter spent about 5 minutes on the bench, was in a big discussion with the trainers. He's only just come back on, but it seemed to be that finger that he hurt late in the first term, and also receiving a bit of work for the Cannons, Mustafa, lower leg.
Work, Matt. Kick out from centre wing, far side of the ground. Bump back down towards half forward for the Knights. Just trying to work it out of that pack there. Couple of smothers. Calder getting numbers back. Over the line it goes, and there'll be a throw in almost at centre wing. Still a beautiful day here. A little bit of a breeze fading the northern end of the ground now. Not a lot of a breeze, but the flag's flying that way, which is the Calder end at the minute. Ball thrown in. Over the back it goes. No one able to get their hands on it. Here's Petrocelli, or runs on. Can't quite break away. Now Taylor gets it. Kicks down towards centre half forward in front. Juggling attempt from the Knights, but not paid. Lentini underneath it. Trying to work it clear. The umpires let him go. All up. 40 out. Cannons attacking. Quickly thrown up. Tap down. Now they're running through. Fire brace, snap on goal.
Just missed.
Just offline. Through for a behind. Definitely a bit of action when the Fire Brace brothers get it. So now Lentini goes wide for the Northern Knights. Spilt mark there. Just allowed Calder in for a moment, just to pressure the ball carrier. And look what happens.
Yep.
The one drop mark just changed the whole play there.
It's not just drop, it's just one step. At this level, one step makes a huge difference.
We've got an intercept already, and they worked it out of there. Back inside, Lant goes wide, chips it wide, but delivers it nicely. They'll lose the ball through Petrocelli. He gives off a sweeping handball on the left, and they'll go long down towards half
Good
forward.
defence again.
Good defensive play.
They're really good at defending. They do the bait. We've always said this about the Cannons. This is why they, invariably most seasons make the finals, is because they do the basics quite well.
That's a beautiful handball by Petrocelli then.
Yeah, sweeping handball.
Left-handed, just
allowed him to run onto it.
Didn't break stride. Boundary umpire throws in. Grayson McNichol. McNichol gets the tap down. Bernacchi gets it. Quick handball over to Lant. Lant looks, runs, feeds off the handball, went a long way.
Good vision.
Looks for Taylor. Taylor in the middle of the ground. Kicks wide. He's got Riccardi all on his own. He plays on straight away into the pocket and comes off the chest. Knights try to butter up. It's caught underneath him. He's doing his best. And the umpire said he'll ball this up 30 metres out from the Cannons' goal. Ball just tossed up. comes out. Velasaris is dispossessed. Ball trickles over the boundary line out of bounds. Ball to be thrown in.
Those of you that remember Jake Riccardi's dad, very similar curly locks.
Yes.
Got the fro going.
And a cannon too.
And a cannon, yes.
9.5 minutes into the second quarter. It is the Cannons by 3 points. Andrews gets tackled without the football and will take the resultant free kick. He's in the back pocket here at Rams Arena. He wants to switch play. I don't know if there's a lot on offer over on that side of the ground. He gets the ball back, Andrews. Velasaris is able to tap the ball over.
Good tackle.
They're under a heap of pressure here. The ball comes back and through for a behind. Luck's a fortune.
It was a kick in hope more than anything, wasn't it? That pass to the one-on-one. But Caulfield will kick out from full back, and he'll go wide down the line to Baker. Baker, he's looking for the lead-up pass, and he found it. Zhang will play on straight away at half-back, and Bogart's out in front, couldn't quite hang on to it. Ball tapped away and dragged underneath, and we'll have a ball up. We're about 52 metres out from the Cannons' goal. 29 plays 25. Bit of an arm wrestle here at Rams Arena, Craigieburn. Tapped down the front by Riccardi. Panaki gets it underneath the pack. Gets tackled. Had a bit of a quieter quarter this time. Had to slow down at some stage.
I still reckon he's had it about 7 or 8 times, Ricky, just quietly. He got 3 or 4 in the first 3 minutes, I think, of the quarter.
Tapped down again. They go without it. Little handball out, didn't hit its target. Cannons get numbers back, or they went without it. Now it is, that was handballed by Serrano over to Stapleton, or the kick drops short and allow the defender in, and they'll kick long to a wide runner, and that wide runner, Padaski gives it over to his teammate Mustafa, gets it back, Padaski, and the kick touched off the boot. The umpire didn't hear it.
It was smothered.
We heard it in the effects mic.
Slap.
And Caulfield goes very, very wide to the back pocket. He's gone to a 2-on-1 situation, so they'll have to go back over this side of the ground. They've just got to look to that next kick a bit better, the Knights, putting their teammates under pressure.
There's a guy called Petruccelli out here. I'd be going towards him.
Here we go. He's not going to go.
Got Harmon at the front, and a big leap over the back that time. Great take by Sinclair for a footyprofit.com.au mark of the day. He gets it down. Noah Boulder intercepts. Dishes off the hands, but Knights getting players around, causing the fumble. Bokert, some strong hands out the front. He finds Stapleton on the run. Stapleton goes for goal, and he puts it through. He had Shea in the square. It went all the way, and it's definitely an AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender. And that takes the scoreboard on to 5-1, 31 the Knights. Calder 4-5-29. That's the NG scoreboard. 22 minutes into this second quarter on the Technica time clock.
Good Joey the Goose should have come in over there. He had Shea all alone there.
Yeah,
but he kicked it.
He kicked it. But good play there. Good defence through the midfield there. Kept the pressure on.
Kicked the goal, Crooksy. Too much of this team play nowadays. Yeah.
Good player like Stapleton.
Yeah,
Back in the middle.
He's had a good game.
Oh, Harmon gets a big jump there. Gets it down. Gillard. Shea. Ball in dispute. Gillard goes in again. Ball still in dispute in the centre square, and the umpire, too high, says the umpire. And the Cannons, they get it out. Velasaris or Mustafa? Mustafa tackled.
Oh, great tackle.
Oliver Wilson.
That's worth a clap. And
that should be
Wilson was the one that pulled off that tackle when they won at Preston the other week.
Wilson, it was too, Rick. Good call. Oh, you played on. And the free kick. Velasaris this time. Curtis Taylor kicks up forward.
Oh, good defence.
Comes off hands. They need to be clean. Knights come away. Oh, Lentini just gets spoiled at the last minute. Close to the boundary line. Lentini taps it back into Penrith. Penrith, good hands. Caulfield
Good hands.
through to Bell. Bell back to Penrith. Penrith kicks
Good
into
kick.
the centre square. Now Stapleton. Stapleton kicks long into 50. Ball in dispute. I agree with you, Rick. Should have gone down the corridor. Comes through. Bell wrapped up in a tackle and put over the boundary line out of bounds.
A little dinky kick to the toe was a loose option there, but mightn't have trusted the big fella down there. Anyway.
Good footy. It's opened up a lot this quarter.
Loving it.
Good standard. Ball to be thrown in. Interchange bench area, just in front of our boundary rider. Matty Cox got a good view of that one. Kicked out by Binion, down towards centre half forward. We've got a one-on-one. Grace leads in the race, but Tilly beats him to it. Gives it off. A little dish off there. Left foot of Kalugi. He goes wide to Fletcher. He's got a loose man on the run, and he gives it out in front. And that's Velasaris. He'll go very, very wide and delivers it perfectly to Walsh. Walsh goes inboard to Browning, but numbers back for the Knights. They still didn't hold the ball. A fumble was crucial in that contest, because that could have brought about a goal, but they were offline again, the Cannons. Racking up a few behinds here, but Howe's the target at halfback, and he got crunched in the rib cage.
That should be 50.
Good call. I think he's going to pull him back here.
Great mark, young fellow.
Howe has it.
Been a good player.
Just got caught up in the back of the rib cage there. Jamison Shay's everywhere at the moment. Takes the mark.
Play down the line. Play down the line. Play the percentages. Late in the quarter. Play down the
He's
line.
got a man. Oh no, he hooks the ball down to Agosta. Agosta goes up but spoils it. They can't quite break away just yet. Cannons out the back door. That is half time here at Rams Arena in Craigieburn. And the Northern Knights 5-1-31 lead the Calder Cannons 4-6-30. We've got a nail-biter already, and some great stuff going on in that quarter especially.
Definitely was. And the goal kickers at half time, 2 to Jesse, we'll start with the Knights sincerely, 2 to Patrick Howe and singles to Petrocelli, Stapleton and Fable. And for the Cannons, 2 to Jesse Firebrace and singles to Riccardi and Velasaris.
Great work, 1 point game, living up to all expectations as the Cannons and the Knights always put on a show. We'll be back on the other side of this.
Essendon captain Goddard settles, and he's done it. He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun Josh Dunkley is looking Power as major sponsor. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! If you love your under-18s footy and want to know more about the future stars of the AFL, then check out AFL Draft Central. AFL Draft Central is the only AFL draft-focused website providing draft profiles, power rankings, video highlights, exclusive interviews and all the stats you need on the up-and-coming stars of the TAC Cup. To check them out, visit afldraftcentral.com.au. Like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter at AFL Draft Central. AFL Draft Central, proudly supporting TAC Cup Radio. Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. For all your workwear, head down to Cowboys Cash and Carry, Unit 1, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown. High-vis long and short-sleeve work shirts, just $5. Expect to pay triple elsewhere. High-vis wind cheaters in fluoro orange or yellow, just $8. Sizes all the way up to 5XL. If you mention this ad, they'll throw in a 3-pack of work socks free. Cowboys Cash and Carry, Unit 1, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown. Proudly supporting TAC Cup Radio.
The Red Time Sport iPhone app is here and ready to download. The app allows you to listen to the different sports BPM Media broadcasts wherever you are in the world, including VFL and TAC Cup Radio and a whole lot more. You can interact with the commentary team in real time via the Red Time Sport iPhone app feedback and social networking buttons. Plus, check out upcoming broadcasts. Catch up with the latest sports headlines from around the world via the Sports News button. The Red Time Sport iPhone app. Download it from the iTunes Store today. Visit bpmmedia.com.au for more details.
TAC Cup Radio has its own Facebook page. You can find it by searching for TAC Cup Radio. Like the page and be kept up to date with everything that's happening in this year's TAC Cup season. Have your say on any topic, including the best on ground and the players making their mark on the competition. You can also find the Twitter handles for our commentary team so you can interact during the match. They all love talking about the next thing in TAC Cup footy, and you can let them know your opinion. TAC Cup Radio on Facebook. Like it now. Footyprofit.com is your go-to for everything AFL online, including some of the best under-18s coverage across Australia. The site has phantom drafts, player scout reports, predictions and expert analysis on your favourite players. Footy Profit is committed to covering the AFL draft and as a key sponsor of TAC Cup Radio provides first-class analysis and opinion. Readers are flooding to footyprofit.com to stay up to date with everything they need to know about the TAC Cup and the AFL draft. It's time you found out what all the fuss is about. Visit footyprofit.com. Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au and the Red Time Sport iPhone app, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Half-time here at Rams Arena, and it is the Northern Knights by the solitary behind. 5 goals, 1-31. Obviously good kicking, and the Calder Cannons are 4-6-30. What did you make of the first half, Gabo?
It was an arm wrestle in that first quarter. The Cannons probably were defensively a lot better than the Knights. But to the Knights' credit, they stemmed a lot of the flow that the Cannons had in that first quarter. And then in the second quarter, the game opened up a bit. The Knights changed a bit. Instead of kicking the ball deep into the forward line, where the Cannons had, created a nice zone set up in defence, they started, and we saw it a lot in that second quarter. They wanted to switch, even though it mightn't have been the best option all the time. They just wanted to open up the fat side of the ground and sort of move the ball quickly. We saw a little bit more handball. Rick called that at quarter time. Wanted to see maybe a quick hands first and then a quick movement. And the Knights were able to get back into the game with better movement inside the forward line. But to the Cannons' credit, they kept fighting at it. And we've got a great contest here. The Knights leading by a point. I just think at this stage, the Knights are probably playing a better class of footy, but the Cannons might be playing a bit more as a cohesive unit. And that's why we've got probably an even contest at the moment. So one of the things I've been really impressed with is the Cannons' team defence, playing the percentages quite well. They close down very quickly on their opposition forward and able to get spoils and things like that. Maybe just their movement forward into the forward lines can clean up a little bit. They've had some opportunities to take marks and they're just dropping them. A little bit of pressure from the Knights. The Knights' forward pressure, when the Knights get the ball inside 50, they're having multiple goes at it. They're getting a boundary throw in or a ball up. There's just good players as well on the ground at the moment, both sides. I'll mention a few. Banaki was great in the first quarter, really good early in the second, and then just quieting down towards the end. Probably had a bit of leather poisoning, pink leather today. Aidan Tilley, he's a bit of a footballer at centre
his
half
dad
back.
played for St Kilda and Fitzroy.
Yep. And Jesse Flybrace is very dangerous in the forward line at the moment. Curtis Taylor has got a bit of class about himself. I thought Dylan Lant got a few touches in that second quarter through the middle. They're having a much more even spread of contributors the Cannons. Valasaris was good in that second quarter as well. For the Northern Knights, they've had some good players. I've been really impressed with Stapleton. Ollie Stapleton's really been good. Faber was good in that second quarter. Lentini's ball use, his handballing especially, has been fantastic. Petruccelli's been dangerous. I think the play that changed the way the Knights were playing with Patrick Howe. They had a target at centre half forward, someone to kick to. And when I say centre half forward, it's basically from the middle of the ground to centre half forward. There's been a target, which we know when we saw them here 3 or 4 rounds ago, we were sort of exclaiming that they didn't have anyone to kick to, but at least they've got someone to kick to now. So Howe's been pretty good. You know, their defence in general, Mitch Andrews, Braden Bell's movement to the back line has been pretty good, and on the wing has helped a little bit.
Ling Sang's done a few good things too down there.
Yeah,
our first look at him.
And Leighton, and you know what?
Good size about him.
I was going to say, he's got a footballer's build. He's
Yeah,
got that
190 and 88.
He's got broad shoulders as well, and a couple of times he looked collected, calm and collected there. He was able to collect the ball. So
the other thing,
I
Gabe,
think Heidelberg would want him back. They're not going that well this year.
Okay. Now, I think what they've got to straighten out a little bit, the Knights, is just their use out of that back pocket area. They just seem to be trying to switch and open it up, but they haven't got the runners out on the other side. So they've got to just work it out and just structure better, position themselves better around the ground.
I'll bring Matthew in here, because sometimes when you have an elevated view of a football match, that's obvious to us.
Yeah.
But when you're at ground level and there's a bit more traffic you've got to look through, it's not quite as easy. They look as though they're under instruction to do that, which they obviously are. But there's no one on the other side to get the ball. No,
and there's been a couple of occasions where they've been probably lucky from where I've been watching things. They've found a player in the middle that's been able to run it off half back. Yeah. But the pressure that I think you guys were alluding to from the Cannons was something that really was being mentioned at their quarter time huddle. They were under heavy instruction to keep the pressure up, to keep the second efforts up, and just to lock it in. And they to me, it really felt like that they were doing it. It was only a couple of lapses, I suppose you could call them, that allowed the Knights to really get it forward. And especially in that first 5 minutes of the second term, I think the Cannons just switched off for 5 minutes, and it allowed the Knights back into the game.
And they did have a few shots on goal around the corner. The Cannons, that they were probably unlucky not to have a bit of a lead here, because they didn't miss by a lot. So they've 10 scoring shots to 6 at this stage. So Cannons would be thinking they've got the upper hand right at the minute.
And I think in that second quarter, what hurt the Cannons a little bit was having Bolter off the ground. Yes. I think even though he was playing back, it would have meant they would have had an extra tall in the forward line, and I think that may have changed the way they play going forward to centre. Because what you noticed was they got a lot of ball, the Cannons, sort of forward to centre, and instead of going long like they did in the first quarter, they were probably over-possessing. We saw Mustafa get tackled when he took the player on. They handballed, they did those little dinky kicks around the corner a couple of times going forward. So I think having Bolter off the ground actually hurt just to set up a little bit, even though Bolter wasn't playing forward, and meant one of the taller players had to go back to cover, and I think that didn't help. The other thing I think the Knights, to get themselves better, is Harmon gets his hands on the footy a lot in the tap outs, but I would say the Cannons are winning the clearances.
Yeah, they are around the ball. And
so there's another place that they could improve. We saw, I think it was a tap out to, was it Petruccelli, I think, through the middle there. There was one play where it clearly worked. Everything just linked together. One thing I noticed about Harmon, when he get in the centre bounce, he taps the ball forward. So the Cannons are just playing defensive side and are able to block. Even if the Knights do get the ball, the Cannons are there to
keep an eye on that. Whether they use Grace a bit more in this second half, you'd expect him to go in a bit more. Crooksy, this is probably the best Northern Knights side we've seen for a while. We've seen a fair bit of them.
We've seen a lot of them, and it is. And there's some just maybe some of the unsung sort of players like Fable and Stapleton and that that really add to the obvious class. Really happy I think it was earlier in the season when we were out here, we spoke to Marcus Lentini, who was injured. Terrific young fellow. And I'm loving his work off half back. He's really worked in well, teams well with Caulfield.
This has probably been the most skillful Northern Knights team we've seen in years. As in, as in football skill. They've been
cohesive. There's
Well,
plenty of good players.
We did. We knew prior to the season that they had about a dozen players over at Marcellin College who won the grand final last year in the schoolboys. So
I was going to mention Patrick Howe when you were talking about him earlier. He's another Marcellin boy.
So only a small handful in this group, but they've got a few coming through that have got that experience in winning, you know, successful.
When I mean skill, I mean to be at this level you've got to be skillful, but I'm talking about some class. You know, there's Petricelli and Caulfield and Lentini and Penrith, who we haven't really seen much of Penrith today, but when he does get the footy, he can be very destructive. So they've got these players that can create play, and I think as the year goes on, they're going to get better and better and cause some of the better teams like the Dragons and so forth a few headaches.
Looks like they challenged Penrith a little bit today, asked him to play a bit more forward of centre than what we've seen him running off half back in the past. So I think he's got a bit of a different role. We'll keep an eye out where he comes from in the second half, where he starts and just what sort of role he's got. Maybe that's a job for you, Matt. Keep an eye on Penrith just to see what sort of role he's got, because he gives them a lot of drive normally off half back, but hasn't had that role today as much.
And the other thing I'll just quickly mention too, you guys were talking about the over possession of the footy. When it has come across the boundary line near my vantage point, it is quite wet, which is obviously mentioned prior to the game that the surface was quite moist, so that the ball is a little bit slippery, which isn't helping that clean possession. And when you are trying to be too cute, it's going to get you into trouble, which it has a couple of times.
But it's been a good contest. I think that's one thing that we know we're going to get that with the Cannons and the Knights. They'll compete and compete and compete. And now it's even. We start again. I think now the Knights know what the Cannons want to do, and the Cannons will now know what the Knights want to do. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the coaches during the halftime break, whether the Cannons might go back to trying to guard space, especially when the ball comes out of their back line going towards the Knights forward line. And conversely, I think one thing that the Knights will have to look at is trying to separate the Cannons defenders, because at the moment, when it's been genuine one-on-one, ball moving into the Knights forward line, the Cannons defenders have won most times. So it'll be just quite interesting to see those first 5 or 10 minutes, what happens in terms of the way they set up. But I think pretty even contest at this stage.
We'll take a break here from Rams Arena, and on the other side of this, bring you the second half of the first of the double headers here at Rams today.
Essendon captain Goddard settles, and he's done it. He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun Josh Dunkley is looking good in his debut match. NG, the power behind Gippsland Power. For the past 19 seasons, NG, Loy Yang B and Hazelwood has been kicking goals with Gippsland Power as major sponsor. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! If you love your under-18s footy and want to know more about the future stars of the AFL, then check out AFL Draft Central. AFL Draft Central is the only AFL draft-focused website providing draft profiles, power rankings, video highlights, exclusive interviews and all the stats you need on the up-and-coming stars of the TAC Cup. To check them out, visit afldraftcentral.com.au. Like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter at AFL Draft Central. AFL Draft Central, proudly supporting TAC Cup Radio. Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. For all your workwear, head down to Cowboys Cash and Carry, Unit 1, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown. High-vis long and short-sleeve work shirts just $5. Expect to pay triple elsewhere. High-vis wind cheaters in fluoro orange or yellow, just $8. Sizes all the way up to 5XL. If you mention this ad, they'll throw in a 3-pack of work socks free. Cowboys Cash and Carry, Unit 1, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown. Proudly supporting TAC Cup Radio.
The Red Time Sport iPhone app is here and ready to download. The app allows you to listen to the different sports BPM Media broadcasts wherever you are in the world, including VFL and TAC Cup radio and a whole lot more. You can interact with the commentary team in real time via the Red Time Sport iPhone app feedback and social networking buttons. Plus check out upcoming broadcasts. Catch up with the latest sports headlines from around the world via the Sports News button. The Red Time Sport iPhone app. Download it from the iTunes Store today. Visit bpmmedia.com.au for more details.
TAC Cup Radio has its own Facebook page. You can find it by searching for TAC Cup Radio. Like the page and be kept up to date with everything that's happening in this year's TAC Cup season. Have your say on any topic, including the best on ground and the players making their mark on the competition. You can also find the Twitter handles for our commentary team so you can interact during the match. They all love talking about the next thing in TAC Cup footy, and you can let them know your opinion. TAC Cup Radio on Facebook. Like it now. FootyProfit.com is your go-to for everything AFL online, including some of the best under-18s coverage across Australia. The site has phantom drafts, player scout reports, predictions and expert analysis on your favourite players. Footy Profit is committed to covering the AFL draft and as a key sponsor of TAC Cup Radio provides first-class analysis and opinion. Readers are flooding to FootyProfit.com to stay up to date with everything they need to know about the TAC Cup and the AFL draft. It's time you found out what all the fuss is about. Visit footyprofit.com. Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au and the Red Time Sport iPhone app, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Back here at Rams Arena, half-time. The Cannons are back on the ground. The Knights are in a tight huddle at the northern end of the ground. 4-6-31, 4-6-30 to 5-1-31. And just, of course, we'll have the second part of the doubleheader, the Bushrangers and the Rebels following this. And then we've got the Queen's birthday weekend off, which is good.
Is it Metro? There
will be some Metro on that next weekend.
Yep.
We've got the weekend off. I think our next game for calling is the Eastern Rangers and the Western Jets out at Box Hill City Oval on Saturday the 17th of June. Looking forward to that one. All right. I love a game where you just don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, it's pretty even Stevens at the moment. We've had a dour struggle in the first quarter and then some nice open good footy. It was good footy in that second quarter. That's one thing about TAC Cup. You always get that nice open play. It'll be interesting. I think the first 5 or 10 minutes will dictate on what happens for the rest of the game. I think it'll be a dour struggle early, as one side doesn't want the other side to open up and get a little bit of a margin. So it'll be interesting to see. We've got Riccardi in the ruck, it looks like.
McNichol.
Oh, is it McNichol, is it? Sorry. And I thought
Grace.
And Grace in the ruck. I just saw the curly locks. I didn't look at the number.
Third quarter action, TAC Cup Radio. First of the double headers. Take it away, Rick.
And the big leap. Grace gets a fingertip down to the bottom of the pack. It goes. Calder getting underneath it there. Benaki gives it out. They'll get it down towards half back and intercept mark that time by Scholl. He'll go long to centre wing. Mustafa takes the grab. Plays on straight away. Good, neat, tidy work over to Boulder. He bursts away from the contest and kicks it from 55 to the square. We've got a big leap by Taylor. Comes to ground and tapped through for a behind. First score of the second half ties it all up. 31 plays 31.
That could have almost been a deliberate rush, just quietly.
Anyway, it ends up with Gillard at centre half back. Another big improver this year. And he goes to Grace, who takes the mark. Good to see the big fella in the action early. Moved into the ruck again. He'll go for a little kick, and he had two options, and he found how. They're just looking for something further afield, but they haven't got that at the minute. Lentini takes it.
They're looking to switch, so they're still looking.
Yeah.
They're looking at that switch. So now they've got to change it.
And they've done a bit of that this year. That switch, they do it well at Preston, and it's found
Harrison Grace.
Grace, the other Grace. Now he finds the handball over to Lentini on the left. Goes to a one-on-one. Big fly by Taylor. They bring it to ground. Caulfield mops up, picks it, chips it out wide to Penrith. He's playing across half forward by the look of it. He gets it, runs into trouble, gives off the handball in time, and they still can't quite get it away from the contest. Stapleton goes in and gets it, gives it out. Again, the tackling of Calder's been terrific, and they're continuing on in the second half, and we'll have a ball up in the NG scoreboard area.
Yeah, Rick, you're right. Penrith starting on the half-forward flank outer side for this third term.
Ball tapped down. Now a big kick by Petruccelli down towards forward line. Over they go. Binion's leading. Can't quite get it. Tapped along.
Good defence.
Good defence again by the Cannons. And they'll spring forward out of defence. And there's McNichol with the mark in the square. They'll run on through Lant. He gives a long kick towards half forward. A little fingertip on it. Borg runs on. Lentini's a class act. Gives it off. And he'll get it running. There's Wilson. He mucks it up with a kick to the Cannons player there in Scholl. Anyway, it ends up with Browning. Kick partially smothered. McNichol grabs it. Gets
Good
caught
tackle.
with it. Oh, great pick up Agosta. Gives it off to Stapleton. They can't break away out of trouble. Calder defending well. And then it'll end up in Fletcher's hands. Fletcher will switch for Cannons. He goes wider afield. They'll play on and kick down towards a leading player out there, or the mark was spilled at the last minute. Knight's getting there to cause a bit of a hold up in play there. Cannons again. Great chase down. And that's what the effort
Penrith there.
Penrith, the effort there forced a turnover. And a good intercept. Mark finds now in the hands of Stapleton. He's had a good game. He switched it out wide. He's got a runner. They've just got to get it out into the right area here, but fumble and running into trouble there, Bogut, or Shea it was. Now, they're thrown out of the trouble area. Oh, my dear. Now we've got it with Borg.
Borg kicks it to centre wing.
Curtis
Taylor, they're open, they're on here.
One on one.
This is Pujaski, kicks forward, and Riccardi on the lead.
Forward couldn't have asked for it any better there.
That is lace out Barry Price to Peter McKenna. And at half-time, Brad Bernacki, thanks to Tim Mitchell, had 24 disposals.
There you go, 11 in the second quarter, Rick. That's a great kick. Look at that.
Has made the distance. That is an AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender. And that gives the Calder Cannons.
That's the goal already up there.
They're up there already. I was going to say it's pretty quick.
It's a Calder scoreboard, Crooksy.
They got their finger on the button there, and it's 5-7-37 on the NG scoreboard. The Northern Knights are 5-1-31, and we are approaching 5 minutes on the Technica time clock. Of course, Technica, proud sponsors of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio.
Did Technica do fireplaces? We might need one of those, one of those up
They
here.
do ovens, they do
ovens,
stoves,
that'll warm you up.
hot plates.
Now they'll get it out of the middle here, but ran into trouble. Good, again, great work by the on-ballers of the Cannons to force it out of the pack there and down towards a one-on-one out in front at the 50-metre mark. Ball spills. They allow the Lentini, well done, either foot this player, and he goes to his right foot and finds Bogut. He goes inboard and he's found Gillard. Gillard will swing very, very wide, but Howe won't let him down.
That's all right.
Howe does well, finds position. Now he's just waiting on a switch, and that comes in the way of Lentini. Gee, I like the look of him. They'll play on now through Gillard. Down to a one-on-one. Right, great defensive mark there. That player there. Jack Evans.
AFL Draft Central mark of the day.
That would just about be there. And they play on through Mustafa, down towards
Footy
half-back.
Oh, footy profit. Did I get it wrong? Did I?
You're doing what I normally do, Gabe. Now it's
Oh,
in the
dear.
hands of Lant. He's just got to pick it up cleanly.
Whoops.
Knight's got another number back, just to put a hand in there. And they should be able to clear. They'll look for a little chip out of trouble, and they did well. Taken out there by Wilson. He'll go inboard. No.
Oh,
Bad
loose kick.
to Benaki. He gives off the handball. Browning back to Benaki. He's got another 2 possessions in that play. Spearing pass, but well read. Zhang. He gives it to Caulfield for the Knights. It's at half-back for Northern Knights. They've got numbers in the middle. They just didn't take the mark. Just forced the pressure there.
Holding the man.
A little bit of a hold there.
Could have been a free kick for the mark interference, but
that's Ryan Bokert goes wide, and they'll just weigh it up through Andrews over the side. They've got a lead up forward, and Jamison Shea takes the mark, plays on, kicks long. We've got a big leaper over the back, and that's a mark for definitely a footyprofit.com mark of the day. That's the leader now.
Laying Sinclair.
Sinclair to kick from 30 metres out directly in front. You could see he had that ride over the back, just got enough hang time in the air to get it at the top of his
the breeze is probably going to that pocket, so I think the ball
no breeze, Gabo. That flag.
Sinclair goes bang right through the middle. Good finish.
Plenty of breeze here.
And that's a good goal. Great mark to Sinclair. Now let's straighten up this scoreboard. 5-7-37 Calder. Northern Knights 6-1-37. And that is on the NG scoreboard, and we're 8 minutes into this third quarter on the Technica time clock.
Interesting, Justin Winky going down to the
coach's box
on the sidelines.
Yeah, guys, just noticing that the work rate of the Cannons seems to be a lot better in this third term. They've really stepped it up a notch, and the Knights, just again, another opportunity. Here they go.
They kick forward, it's inside 50, slinging, kick, bounce. Good defence, back to his judgment.
High.
Penrith got
too
caught
high.
high. Good call, Gabe.
He got low. He wanted to collect the ball,
but he was going for the ball. I don't think.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a dark. It wasn't. And the Cannons player did virtually nothing. Right, accidents count, in footy. And I think in the end, because Penrith got to the ball just that split second quicker than the Cannons player, so the free kick was there. Yeah, interesting that the coaches come down to speak to. Do we see?
Was it Bokert?
I think it might have been Bokert.
In the meantime, Penrith has kicked the goal, and the Knights skip out to a 6-point lead. 7-1-43 to 5-7-37 on the NG scoreboard.
Jamison Shea, I think he spoke to.
Jamison Shea. As Justin Winky makes his way back. Just explaining. Well, that's good coaching, I reckon, Rick. I like that.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I think he was the boy that dropped the mark in the middle, and then there was a free kick subsequent to that. So I'm not sure if it was about that, the fact that he dropped the mark. I thought
back in the middle it goes, and there's another pack formed.
One thing, Jamison will remember it. Yeah. Will remember what he was spoken to about, I'd say.
And probably eyes might have lit up when the coach was standing behind him. But anyway, they'll force it out through Jake Firebrace, gives it to Browning on the left. Now there's Knights everywhere here, but they're going to collide, and no talk there. And gutsy mark all the same, and a good mark by Wilson.
Bokert now racking up a few possessions.
Yeah. Bokert getting into the game, good to see. Bolter for a footyprofit.com mark of the day. And he gets it off to Browning. They run on from here. Borg put it through for a goal.
Oh, well, you love it when they take a great mark and then they get a goal out of it.
Now, is that a leader, that mark? Or did it,
I'd put down Sinclair as the clubhouse leader, but now Noah Bolter is the clubhouse leader in the mark of the day. No doubt whatsoever.
Okay. I'd already crossed off Sinclair there.
I had two, but that was a beauty.
Have we got a great game again here? We're getting a bit of everything in today's match, which is great to see. Even contest.
Yep.
As they say, Crooksy, another point each, and scores will be level.
43 apiece on the NG scoreboard. Approaching 11 minutes on the Technica time clock. Third quarter action. Riccardi up against Harmon. Ball in dispute, working their way through. Whistle blows.
Off the ball.
Free kick to the Calder Cannons. Carlucci. Carlucci kicks inside 50.
Benaki, is it, or Browning?
Browning.
Browning.
Browning takes a good contested mark.
It's a
Having
great
good
mark.
quarter.
Yeah.
And Browning.
No, it's not Browning. It's Bytel.
Bytel. Jack Bytel from Aberfeldy, a bottom ager. There's definitely been a sale on turquoise teal coloured boots, boys. They're everywhere.
And headbands.
And headbands.
And red hair.
And red.
Jack Bytel.
It's got something to do with Harry Potter, I reckon.
25-degree angle. He'll kick from 30 to the southern end. This to give the Cannons back the lead.
Oh,
It's just going right. It's a behind. 6-8, 44 to 7-1, 43. 12 minutes into the third quarter. Knights to bring the ball back in. And for the Knights, bringing this back in is the skipper in Caulfield. He goes wide looking for Brodie Bell.
Good
One
mark.
grab, strong
Oh,
mark, not
no.
paid, says the umpire.
That's stiff.
Just lost it at the last minute there.
Whew, tough call, Rick. Ball to be thrown up. Neither ruckman can get a hand on it. Little kick out, centimetre perfect, over the boundary line and out of bounds. Ball to be thrown in centre wing. Rick.
Almost centre wing. A few around this one. Now, Riccardi in the ruck contest against Harmon. Falls a bit short. Riccardi at the front. Taps at the fire brace. That was Jesse it was. You always have a punt on one of them. Anyway, back into a congested area it is. And there's 10 players going for this ball at the moment.
Oh, here we go.
A bit of a
How do you do?
up.
Fire brace
Quite a few
and...
in this, and the umpire throws it up. Let's see if that disperses them. It finds a Calder Cannon player in Calusi. He gets on the left, kicks it out in front, juggling attempt.
See, they paid that. I mean, what was the difference with the Bell one earlier?
Good point, Gabe.
And Lant takes it. He'll go onto that familiar left, and he chips it inboard, and he's found Mustafa, or Valaceros, similar types. Kicks towards full forward. Knights in the front position. Bring it down.
Free kick,
There's
too
a
high.
few whistles going here.
Yeah, next door they got the
Okay.
the under 15s or something going on.
Wondering what was going on. But Northern Knights take it through Caulfield. Now they'll go long, straight down the middle to a one-on-one. Oh, good body work. Over the back. Oh, the handball was on, but it wasn't executed through Binion, and it allowed Boulder to come in and spear it out wide. Another mark hits the deck. They can't quite take these grabs at the moment, both teams. And now we'll have a kick wide, which might beat them all. They were able to keep it in.
Caulfield.
Now Caulfield has it. He'll chip it wide. And Zhang, he's forced to play on. They've retreated all the way back to the goal square. And Lentini, who's been in everything down there in this quarter especially. Great take by Wilson. Runs off with the ball, tucks it under his arm and kicks it to a one-on-one.
Good boy.
Got a punch.
And the man in front was Lant, the shorter player. Ball just dipped there, smothered by Grace. They give off a little hand through Browning. He goes inboard, handballs it straight to Bell. There's Ollie Stapleton, gives it over to Howe. Howe goes long. We've got 2 against 1 here. Over the back, Shea. Oh, he gets beautifully tackled.
Oh, no. It was a coat hanger, Rick.
No, it was definite. Yeah,
Did I?
Right around the
right around the neck.
Anyway, Jamison Shea to take the free kick.
Physicality-wise, it was a good hit, but it was around the neck.
So this time, this is a big goal now. They're trying to wrest this lead.
Some of the
Shea,
handball the last couple of minutes has been a bit interesting.
Yeah, it's handball into the opposition, and Shea comes in, 20 metres out on a little angle, but a good sider on it, kicks the goal. Now this scoreboard, Calder Cannon 6-8-44. Northern Knights 8-1, accurate kicking 8-1-49. That's the NG scoreboard. We are 16 minutes into this third quarter on the Technica time clock.
Matt, keep an eye out. Let's see if the runner goes out to Jamison Shea after the chat from the coach coming down to the bench and getting a goal. It might be a very good response there by the player. So it'll be interesting to see what encouragement Shea gets out of that.
Will do.
Up they go. Grace, dispossessed. Banaki, good handball. They get it out to Lant. Lant kicks to half forward. Cannons, Borg, dances around.
He's a good mover, isn't he?
Kicks to the square. They're looking for a big mark.
Oh,
almost
fire
taken.
brace.
Fire brace off the carpet. Just can't quite get there. Another behind. 45 plays, 49. Mitchell Andrews kicks it back to Caulfield in the goal square. He's got a man on his own. Needs to be clean.
Good kick. Oh, no.
They come along the line, and Brody Bell is just shoved over.
Good result.
Yeah.
For the Knights, they were a little bit outnumbered there.
Centre wing, freeway side of the ground. 4 points the difference, 17 minutes into the third quarter. The pink ball should be thrown back in. Grace, front spot, beautiful tap to the advantage of Brody Bell. Spins into trouble. Bolter lays the tackle. Now it's caught under a crowd, and the umpire will come in and ball this up.
This is Bolter's best game I've seen him play.
That blind turn into trouble there, didn't he?
Now McNichol, beautiful tap down by Tell.
Chopped the arms. That should have been a free kick to Cannons.
Now Patrick Howe. He's got a man on his own. Oh, look at this. Oh, what a beauty. They're in there, caught high.
Jeez, umpire.
Who's over the top of this?
I reckon it was a fair tackle, that.
Nicholas Walsh.
Still, you got to protect the ball.
Lane Sinclair.
There we go, a bit of feeling. Good
bit
to
of
see.
argy-bargy. I'm loving this, McNichol. Gets the tap down. Brody Bell breaks the tackle.
Good hands.
Handballs back to Andrews. They kick to forward, but Fletcher.
He fell down because
like a praying mantis.
Mason Fletcher hunched like his old man, just squares it wide to fire brace. Takes a bounce, takes him on. Little handball. They go wide through Brown on half back. Need a mark just to settle. Centre wing, right in front of that NG scoreboard. They decide to go backwards to go forwards. They're going to make the big switch. Fletcher. Fletcher goes wide.
Dangerous here.
There's come to a contest. Ball spills. Browning's got it. Left footer. Looking for fire brace of the Jake variety. Gets around him. Riccardi. Back to Banaki. Banaki kicks inside 50. Lentini gets a fist in.
Oh, too high.
Fable gets caught.
Too high, umpire.
Didn't mind it.
Might have been across the shoulder blades,
Yeah.
Gabe.
Okay.
Just.
Don't mind them not being paid.
Up they go by Tell. Kick smothered. Howe. Little handball over. Now it's Grace.
Good hands.
Quick handball.
Good handball.
Ends up with Howe. Howe goes inboard. He measures the kick perfectly. Long kick up forward.
Great
Shea,
play.
and Shea marks it.
That has been the best passage of footy today.
That was Uzelak that got the ball up there, and Jamison Shea marks just inside 50.
Have a shot and just kick it right over the goal umpire's head.
This will test him. It's been a heavy footy all day. We're right behind this one. Jamison Shea.
Kick through the ball.
Kicks. It's in the goal square. The big men fly. It drops. Try to be kicked off the carpet by Binion. It's a hot footy. Now Binion gets it. Little tapper. And it's rushed through for a behind. 8-2-50, 6-9-45. NG scoreboard. Lant takes the ball in the back pocket, Rick.
He gets on that left and kicks it 8 metres, and they paid that. But that was Mustafa. Runs around at half-back, runs his distance.
Good
he
cross.
found a switcher out wide, and he takes the mark, and that was Scholl. He kicks it to a running player and out in front of Evans. He runs into trouble, but Knights with 2 against 1 situation. The handball's got to be good from here, and they got numbers to the ball, helped out the carrier, and they kick it down towards a contest. Fletcher over the back, too tall, takes the juggling mark, and he'll clear it to half-back. Out in front of Vital. Vital takes the mark. He kicks inboard to Scholl. Takes the mark, Scholl. He goes into the middle of the ground. He's got a runner there, and that player there, Brown, goes very, very wide. Out in front of Browning. He'll take a bounce. No, he keeps running and delivers it over the top. Just had a little bit too much height on it. Back to the 50 it goes. Browning, he'll kick to the square now. We've got a big fly here. Over the back, the Knights with the numbers.
Lentini again.
Ball carrier has to be good here. And good pressure, but well used. And that player there, Serrana, takes the mark at half-back. He finds his man in Ollie Stapleton in the middle. He'll play on. He'll chip it into the square. We've got a situation here. If he can get it over, he gets it down, and they're going to take the mark here, Shea. He runs around his man. He kicks for goal, and he puts it through for a ripper.
An AFL Draft Central goal of the day for mine, Rick.
Jamison Shea really giving him an option up forward at the minute. And the Northern Knights move on to 9 goals, 56 for the Calder Cannons, 6-9-45 on the NG scoreboard, 22 minutes in, third quarter action on the Technical time clock.
I like clever footballers. He learnt from his previous set shot. He was about 3 metres short of distance.
Yep.
Caught in the same spot, thought I've got to get round this bloke and I'll make the distance, and that's exactly what he did, Gabe.
And that's exactly what he did.
Ball comes out again, Knights going forward. We're in time on. There's a whistle downfield.
Downfield, he got knocked down after he kicked it.
Costly.
Yeah.
Costly.
I think Shea again. Whatever Justin Benke said, can we find out at three-quarter time, Matt, what did Justin Benke say to Jamison Shea? We can find that out at three-quarter time because it's done the trick.
Jamison Shea.
Had a good game all the same.
Yeah. Yep. Jamison Shea comes in, kicks.
And that's a goal.
And it's another one. That's his third.
All in this quarter, I think.
Jamison Shea and the Northern Knights get a nice little gap here late in the third quarter. They move on to 10-2-62 to the Calder Cannons 6-9-45. That is the NG scoreboard. And the Technica time clock is just ticking over to 24 minutes into this third quarter.
When the Knights get open play, they're fine. I just found this quarter, though, a couple of times have been sucked in to kicking the packs again into the forward line, but when it's open play, they go quite well.
Now we've got the kick down by
here we go.
Gillard down to the back, over the back it goes. They feed it out. Caulfield, he'll run around and screw it over the shoulder, but just offline for a behind. 63-45. Knights with a handy break.
Just the play's just opened up, and you know what's happened? Harmon's getting the tap outs to his on-ballers. They're getting the centre clearances now. I think they've got the last 3, but 3 open clearances.
A 5-goal quarter to the Knights, and Shea being the difference at the minute. They kick out from full-back. There goes Harmon with the big fist back into the 50. Scholl mops up, kicks towards half-back, and they'll move it on quickly here, the Cannons. Back into the middle of the ground they go, and there's the siren. After Colucci takes the mark, it's three-quarter time here at Rams Arena. And the Northern Knights go out to a lead, 10-3-63 to the Calder Cannons, 6-9-45. And can we have the goal kickers, please, Gabo?
Sure. For the Northern Knights, 3 to Shea, all in that quarter. 2 to Howe, and singles to Petruccelli, Penrith, Stapleton, Fable and Sinclair. And for the Calder Cannons, we have 2 each to Riccardi and Firebrace, and singles to Bytel, Borg and Balasaris.
They lead by 18 at three-quarter time. We'll be back on the other side of this for the last quarter of the first of the double headers.
Essendon captain Goddard settles, and he's done it. He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun Josh Dunkley is looking good in his debut match. NG, the power behind Gippsland Power. For the past 19 seasons, NG, Loy Yang B and Hazelwood has been kicking goals with Gippsland Power as major sponsor. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! If you love your under-18s footy and want to know more about the future stars of the AFL, then check out AFL Draft Central. AFL Draft Central is the only AFL draft-focused website providing draft profiles, power rankings, video highlights, exclusive interviews and all the stats you need on the up-and-coming stars of the TAC Cup. To check them out, visit afldraftcentral.com.au. Like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter at AFL Draft Central. AFL Draft Central, proudly supporting TAC Cup Radio. Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. For all your workwear, head down to Cowboys Cash and Carry, Unit 1, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown. High-vis long and short-sleeve work shirts, just $5. Expect to pay triple elsewhere. Windcheaters in fluoro, orange or yellow, just $8. Sizes all the way up to 5XL. If you mention this ad, they'll throw in a 3-pack of work socks free. Cowboys Cash and Carry, Unit 1, 169 Settlement Road, Thomastown. Proudly supporting TAC Cup Radio.
The Red Time Sport iPhone app is here and ready to download. The app allows you to listen to the different sports BPM media broadcasts wherever you are in the world, including VFL and TAC Cup Radio and a whole lot more. You can interact with the commentary team in real time via the Red Time Sport iPhone app feedback and social networking buttons. Plus check out upcoming broadcasts. Catch up with the latest sports headlines from around the world via the Sports News button. The Red Time Sport iPhone app. Download it from the iTunes Store today. Visit bpmmedia.com.au for more details.
TAC Cup Radio has its own Facebook page. You can find it by searching for TAC Cup Radio. Like the page and be kept up to date with everything that's happening in this year's TAC Cup season. Have your say on any topic, including the best on ground and the players making their mark on the competition. You can also find the Twitter handles for our commentary team so you can interact during the match. They all love talking about the next thing in TAC Cup footy and you can let them know your opinion. TAC Cup Radio on Facebook. Like it now. FootyProfit.com is your go-to for everything AFL online, including some of the best under-18s coverage across Australia. The site has phantom drafts, player scout reports, predictions and expert analysis on your favourite players. Footy Profit is committed to covering the AFL draft and as a key sponsor of TAC Cup Radio provides first-class analysis and opinion. Readers are flooding to FootyProfit.com to stay up to date with everything they need to know about the TAC Cup and the AFL draft. It's time you found out what all the fuss is about. Visit footyprofit.com. Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com. On taccup.com.au and the Red Time Sport iPhone app, this is TAC Cup Radio.
It's three-quarter time here at Rams Arena. The Knights by 18 points. Down on the ground for footyprofit.com.au, Matty Cox speaking to the talent manager of the Knights, Ry Geeshan.
Yeah, Ry Geeshan here with me, guys. Ry, the guys want to know what happened with Jamison Shea at half-time because he came out in that third term and did some magnificent things for the Knights.
Yeah, it's been an interesting day for Jamison. He's come back from the VFL football with Footscray, and he actually copped a bit of a head knock early on to the cheek and was a little bit sore. And He probably didn't have the start that he would have liked, but to his credit, and Justin actually had spent a fair bit of time with him at the break, and to his credit, he's come out really strongly and probably turned the game for us individually that quarter. So he's a fantastic character, Jamison. It's not long that he stays down, it's not often he stays down for a whole game. So we knew it would turn for him. It just, just took him till the third quarter to happen.
And Ethan Penrith seems to be playing a little different role today, more of a forward role. We noticed he started that term on the half-forward flank.
Yeah, good pick-up. He's actually been really sick all week. He's had a bit of tonsillitis, and he's carried it into game day, and he was really keen to play because he goes off to the national championships, and they've got the week off next week. So to his credit, he's really stuck at it, and we think his defensive stuff's been really good, and he got a bit of reward for effort with the goal as a result that quarter.
Made the most of your opportunities so far. It's been a real arm wrestle. What do you need to do in this final term to win the match?
Yeah, we're really enjoying the game, actually. It's been a pretty good showcase, and it was a little bit slippery early, but we think to the credit of the playing group that they really adjusted to the dry conditions in that third quarter and took their chances. I think we're going to go a bit attacking this quarter. We've put Nick Caulfield into the midfield, and him and Jack Petruccelli will sort of swap midfield forward, which is really exciting. We're going to take ourselves and go attacking and not sit on the lead. We're going to really try and ram the lead home. We probably haven't won games by big margins this year, so we'll put it on the group to keep attacking and kick 4, 5, 6 goals this quarter and try and win the game. I think if you try and sit on these leads, you can get into a bit of trouble. So hopefully that comes off, and looking forward to the last quarter.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for your time.
No worries, mate. Thank you.
Good work, Matt.
Yeah, look, I just saw it in that second half of that third quarter. Harmon was tapping the ball in the right areas, and the midfield, they got some nice, clean centre breaks, and the ball use going forward was fantastic. Just in that second half, I thought for half of that first part of that third quarter, it was pretty level pegging. I think the Knights were kicking the ball again like they did in that first quarter to contests instead of kicking the space, but it just opened up. I think Harmon was moving the ball into the right areas for his midfield to run onto. And I think when the Cannons defenders as a group are separated, they look a little bit more vulnerable than when they do as a team. But a little bit of class, I think, in the end showed. Since quarter time, it's 9 goals to 4. So maybe just that skill level's just starting to show out. I think we've still got a contest. It's only 3 goals of difference. It's not over 6-9 to 10-3. They've actually had 2 more scoring shots, the Cannons. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond in the next 5-10 minutes. But they've just got on every line, the Knights have got a little bit of class with Lentini in back line. You put in the midfield, you've got Petruccelli. I've been impressed. One that I wasn't prepared to sort of see. I think Brodie Bell's been a huge player in this game. He's that link, he's the conduit between the defence and the attack. That they seem to go through him a fair bit, and his ball use is pretty good. So
he's been good. The 2 players I'll be watching this quarter are, of course, Petruccelli, whether he can do something up forward. He could be a key player, and Brad Bernacki, whether he continues his great game that he's having. I think that'll be the key to whether the Calder Cannons can get back into this game and win it.
Yeah, he was a little bit quieter, that quarter, Bernacki. He had a few touches, but they weren't in the midfield. They were more, we noticed a couple of times here at half forward, he was collecting the ball. So maybe, having such a great first half, whether he was just having a bit of a break on the half forward line, it'll be interesting to see. But we've got a bit of a contest, good conditions. Couple of quick goals for the Cannons, and it's game back on, so it'll be interesting to see how we go. We've got Harmon, Caulfield. Is that Petruccelli? No, I don't see Petruccelli in the middle there.
No, he's up forward.
He's up forward. So we've got Bolter in the ruck for the Cannons with Bernacki on Caulfield. So I think it's Browning on the other side behind the umpire. Is that?
Yeah, Browning's
was a Botel.
Last quarter action. Take it away, Rick.
Big leap by Boulder, finds Browning on the burst, kicks towards half forward, out in front of Borg. He slips over, runs in and out of trouble, gives it back to Browning, kicks it down towards full forward. It was Byfeld it was. Kick over the top, and it's through for a behind.
No, out on the full. It was Bytel in the middle. I thought
Bytel, they look alike,
Browning, but I
don't
said, So
anyway,
gee,
what
a leap by Bolter in a ruck over the top of Harmon.
Just gave him that use there and opened it up. And we've got Gillard with the ball in the back pocket. The pass has to be good. He'll take the mark.
Now.
Over the top it goes.
Now
He's got Lentini. Runs off, takes a bounce.
Go, Marcus.
What's he going to do with it? He gives off the handball. Stapleton runs at half back, takes the 2 bounce. You're going to go long to the big fella Harmon. Brings it to ground. He gets it back. Little kick out the side there by Grace. Harrison Grace finds Caulfield. He goes long towards half forward. Can't quite gather in the mark. Cannons to clear, and a nice pass keeps it out the rear side. We've got a one-on-one.
Andrews.
A bit of a hold.
Dropping the ball.
Against Walsh.
Andrews plays on. He finds a man up there in Augusta, or the onion that is. Binion. Binion sack.
Oh dear.
He'll play on.
Oh,
this is dangerous. Now they'll turn it over here. And the Cannons with a long kick towards half forward. Lentini, the spoiler, gets it to ground, gets tackled with the ball. Good defensive play by Calder. Opens up play. Now they've got a runner right in the middle of the square. And a little chip by Bytel. And he's found Caluzzi.
Yeah, Bytel's had 4 possessions in the first 2 minutes. He's huffing and puffing. So...
And Bytel gives it over, and he's got Colucci, who looks like he's got a powerful kick on him. He'll come in from 47 metres out directly in front. Comes in and makes the distance, no worries, that's a goal. Big goal in this game.
Just what they needed.
Just what they needed. Colucci gets his first for the day. The Northern Knights 10-3-63 lead the Calder Cannons 7-9-51, a 12-point game, and we're 2.5 minutes into this final quarter on the Technica time clock.
Just the turnover there, that kick inboard at half forward by the Knights didn't work. So you're better off going 50-50 deep in the forward line than 50-50 at centre half forward.
Back in the middle, scrambling kick out. Still not cleared the centre square, on hands and knees. Now they get it out. Caulfield, big kick up forward, looking for Petricelli.
Danger.
Over the back.
Good tackle.
He tries to shovel it out, and the umpire's going to be kind and just say, we'll ball it up.
The Knights forwards are very good at keeping the ball in, not letting the Cannons get it out, especially when it's deeper in the forward line.
Harmon gets it out, it's kicked forward by Brown for Calder. But the mark has been taken.
Still there, they're screaming out for it in centre half forward. Caulfield didn't want it, he backed himself here.
Not sure who this is.
This is, I can hear a whistle.
No, next door.
Next door. Kicked, it's going to go to the goal square. The big men fly, Harmon can't take it. Tackled into the dirt, and the umpire will come in and ball that up.
Might get a captain's spray there. He was alone for 2 minutes at centre half forward and should have passed it off.
Popped up, Harmon. Benaki right on the goal line. Underground pass to Bolter, can't pick it up. Comes out for the Knights, that kick smothered. Bobbling footy, bit of a chaos footy. Lant gets it out. Now the Cannons clear it through Patrick Brooks. They've got some space here, fire brace. Over to Taylor, Curtis Taylor. Takes a bounce, now he goes a bit quicker, dirty bounce. He's in a bit of Barney rubble now. They're trying to get it out. Stapleton on hands and knees. Loose footy, they're over the top of it. And the umpire will come in, have no choice but to ball it up.
Stapleton there did the wrong thing. He went inboard
yeah,
when
he
should have.
Boundary,
he had to go boundary side with that little handball because luckily he had his teammates there to help him out.
Harmon with the tap down. Oh, heavy tackle. A little bit high.
He's an angry man, Harmon. That's what I noticed.
Benaki comes up with the ball. And he chips it over. He's found McNichol. The other ruckman. He'll go towards centre half forward.
Oh, here we go.
And he's got his man out in front. Riccardi gets the ball, gives it off to Firebrace, elected to tap on, probably not what they needed, but he gets it back. Well done.
Oh.
They tap it forward. Just good defensive play by Wilson. Again, he does the 1%
Just
as well.
put that hand in to stop it. Otherwise, ball's off and running.
They're off, yeah.
He's
He
away with
those
that before acceptance.
I was going to say both teams do the defensive things quite well.
Yeah, they do.
You know?
So we've got a ball up at 50 metres out. Calder Cannons attacking. And Benaki under it. Harmon with the kick out of the pack. Now we've got a mark there, or a bit of a push out. Wasn't paid. And it pops out the back door. Oh, here they go, the Knights. Agosta gets caught with it. Probably should have been penalised. Play-ons are called. Firebrace, Jesse Firebrace gets tackled. Stapleton whips it out the back. Brown gets it. Walsh gets it. Kicks it further afield. A bit of a pull out of the way.
Good call, umpire.
Baker's all the way there, free kick. He's got a loose man out wide.
Andrews.
And it's Andrews. He takes the mark. Takes a bounce. He'll go 2 bounces. Might go a third. But he had a player further afield. Chipped it. Gillard goes towards centre half forward. He's picked out a Calder Cannons player there. And I don't know what he was thinking. But they'll bit of a rough kick out wide, and it's gone all the way out of bounds.
Can I just say one thing? When the Cannons do that switch, they haven't executed it. I don't even think once. We saw, especially that in the first quarter, a couple of times. But they're better off just playing the percentages down the line.
Ball to be thrown in. We're 25 metres around from the Knights' goal. They're kicking to the southern or city end of the ground. Grace gets the left-handed tap out. Now they're a half at south of France here. Ball just bobbling out. Andrews by hand to Shea. Shea by hand back to Brodie Bell. Bell kicks inside. Penrith, no, over the back. Scholl marks it, last line of defence. Kicks into the pocket. Cannons release it. Now they can go forward. Fletcher lays it off by hand. Lant kicks inside 50. Bolter on the lead. Just a big target.
Just a real athlete, isn't he, Bolter?
He was in front. He's too good, too big, too fast, too strong. And he has marked this. They trail by 2 goals, the Cannons. We're 8 minutes in. He's going to kick from 45 directly in front. Bolter comes in, kicks. It's high and handsome. Well done, Noah Bolter, straight through the middle, and we have ourselves a game of football on our hands right here and now. 8-9-57, the Calder Cannons on the NG scoreboard. The Northern Knights are 10-3-63. The Technica time clock ticking up to 9 minutes in game.
Can I give Lance Whitnell a bit of credit? He put his best players in the middle straight away, Bolter and Bytel and Benaki. And now he's changed it up, given him a break. I saw Bytel come off the ground and Bolter went forward.
Guys, just a couple of players having a bit of work done to their lower legs for the Calder Cannons. Lockie Brown having some treatment to his ankle, and Zhang getting some treatment done to his calf for the Knights.
It ends up in Mitch Andrews' hand. He does well, and he runs along the wing, kicks out in front of Agosta. He overcooks it. Taps it over beautifully to Penrith. He went without it. The ball's still in the forward pocket here for the Knights with a genuine chance, but Cannon's getting a fingertip on it, just holding up that handball there, and back into the pack it goes, and there'll be a ball up. Noticeable change there. Petrocelli into the middle at that centre bounce, so just need him to stir it up a bit. The ball up, Grace in the front, tapped over the back. Can't quite get it. Penrith, he fumbles, picks it up now, just runs around, runs back onto the left, centres it, but Calder will take the mark. And Scholl's had a good second half. Goes out wide. He's found Valasaris in the back pocket. He'll go towards Bytel. He takes the mark at half back, right on the 50 defensive side. He goes wide on the left, finds Colucci. He'll kick long. There's a one-on-one. We'll see how, good nudge underneath it. Play on's a call, fire brace with the ball. Handball's a long one. They'll kick long. They've got a loose man here.
Taylor?
And Taylor takes the mark. 35 out from goal.
This to tie the game up.
Yeah, and
good kick.
I think the Knights players got sucked up the ground a little bit, and Taylor just wandered in and sort of said, I'll plonk myself here 30 metres out and hope we win the ball. And that's what's happened.
Found a space, and the kick went to him beautifully.
Big kick.
So Taylor to tie this game up. 11-minute mark, final quarter. Calder, trail by a goal. Taylor comes in and he kicks the goal.
Hello.
It's all tied up.
Hello.
63 apiece. 11 minutes into this final quarter.
Wow,
Curtis Taylor. That's his first for the day. Calder making a real charge here. Knights haven't got an answer right at the minute.
Can't get their hands on the footy and kicking the ball in the forward line, but just not really kicking to a target at this stage. So they've just got to clean up their possession a little bit, the Knights, and the Cannons are doing the right thing. They're taking every opportunity so far.
12 minutes into the last quarter. It is 9-9-63 to 10-3-63. Howe kicks the ball forward. Bernacki, not for the first time today, gets a kick. He finds Lant, plays on straight away to Velasaris. Over to Bytel, who's tackled. Goes forward. Oh, Taylor in it. Oh, might have been a free kick there, umpire.
A bit stiff, the Cannons there.
He was a bit stiff. It's kicked around the corner here by Pajaski. It's in the goal square. Borg's in there.
Oh! Gee, off the ground.
Hit the post.
Hit the
Behind. They lead by a point. The Calder Cannons. Lentini to bring the ball back in for the Knights. Lentini goes right down the middle and spots up Mark Baker. Baker goes down the centre of the ground looking for his captain in Nick Cofield, who marks it, the boy from Eltham. He goes out wide. He's got Sinclair out there. It's a bit of an up and under to no one in particular. It wasn't a great attack at the footy.
The 4 forwards for the Knights all were in virtually 10 or 15 metres of each other. So you're going to kick it there. The Cannons are going to win it most times.
Bytel goes into the middle of the ground. Bernacki comes out wide. Mustafa, he's on half forward. Doesn't muck about. Goes again. Lant.
He's been good in his second half, Lant.
Lant. He's got someone on the lead. Riccardi comes over the back. Now back to Riccardi, running into an open goal, and he's got it. Riccardi's got it. 10-10, 70 to 10-3, 63. They lead by 7 on the NG scoreboard. 13 and a half minutes in on the Technica time clock gate.
The Knights players there got caught allowing, especially in that case, Riccardi to be goal side. Quick hands out, great play there. I think it was Podarsky, who got the handball out there, and Riccardi, even a good chase down by the Knights, was just had enough time there to steady and kick the goal. But what have the Knights got? They're 7 points down all of a sudden.
Ball back in the middle, or there's a sling there. Binion gets it down to half forward. Cofield had it, lost it. It's flicked out the back, and the Calder Cannons, Browning takes the mark at half forward, and he finds Noah Boulder. He's running 55 out. He goes to Big Roost, to the big mark. Oh, up they go. Snap, smothered. That was smothered.
Taylor, was it?
And it's through for behind. 8 points, doing all the attacking at the moment. Calder, loose man in Lentini. He'll give it across to his teammate there, and that's Wilson. He better kick it quickly. He's gone to a big contest. Does well there, Velasaris, to beat the ruckman and stop that mark. Just put him off balance at the last minute underneath his commentary side. And Grace will take the tap out this time against McNichol. Grace. A lot of pressure on the boundary umpire underneath us here.
Good
Beautiful throw in. Grace taps it to the front, fire brace onto it. Slight fumble, but Jake gets it, gives it off to Lant. Lant runs around back onto the left, and he spots up his man Bytel. Does it beautifully. Gives off the handball. Bernacki gets it. Oh, great chase down.
Chase.
That was Fable. And just as he went to kick it, gave a fresh air after the tackle. And Fable kicks long. He's got a couple up there. Harmon takes the mark. He gives it to Caulfield. He'll go towards centre half forward. He's gone towards Shea, but Shea went the wrong way. Tried to put it out in front, and Shea had doubled back. And Tilly takes the intercept. They'll play on to half back. Caluzzi leads in the race for the ball. Should be able to pick it out at half back. Gives off the handball. Can't quite see where he's going next because there'll be an intercept mark at half back for the Knights.
Harrison Grace. 16 minutes in. Cannons are 8 points up and playing well. Coming home with a wet sail. Now the kick for the Knights.
Here we go.
Kick for goal.
Missed.
Point.
Lentini.
Kick like a true defender.
I was going to say, just lucky to make a point.
Fletcher kicks to himself. Goes out wide. Colucci marks on half back.
They got the numbers here, the Cannons down the flank. Too slow. Should have went.
Colucci kicks forward. This is Jack Evans. Evans goes back to Fletcher. Fletcher picks out a man.
Doing smart here, running a bit of time. Keep possession.
Going out to half-back, they go inboard, McNichol. McNichol lays off the handball. That kick smothered. Brown on the right
good
boot.
Pass, Walsh.
Finds Nick Walsh on the left boot.
Benaki
over the back. Oh, look at that. Handball, Benaki. Oh, caught.
Should have been holding the ball.
Now Lant gets it anyway. Dylan Lant gets a goal, and is that enough for the Calder Cannons?
Boulder won't be handballing that one again.
So the runner should go out there and basically say to Bolter, you are the man, you go back and kick it.
11-11-77 on the NG scoreboard. The Northern Knights are 10-4-64. 18 minutes in on the Technica time clock. And is that enough, Gabe?
Oh, more than enough now. I think they're just using the ball a lot better. The Knights have kicked one behind in 18 minutes, and now we're going to ask them to score 3 goals. So I don't think it can happen. The Cannons are just dominating.
They go. Harmon misses it. Taken by Caulfield. He gives off a nice handball. Finds Shea. They get it down forward. Kick towards. Oh, that's gone very wide and astray, and it's gone out of bounds right on 50. We'll have a throw in.
Basically, since about the 8-minute mark of this quarter, the Northern Knights midfield has changed every couple of minutes. They're trying things, but maybe they just need some time to keep a structure.
Throw in. Knights attacking. We're 18 minutes into this last quarter. Kick towards the boundary, and it will go over boundary.
Yeah, there was Bytel there. He has had a fantastic last quarter. I'd be interested to see what the stats are for him, but he'd be up to at least 10 possessions and 5 clearances in this quarter.
Ball to be thrown in. Harmon and McNichol. Harmon gets it, swats it away. Can't break away here, the Knights. Cannons tied up with it. Ball up. We're about 70 out from the Northern Knights goal. 19.5 minutes in, final quarter. 77-64. The handout to Caulfield. He goes long to the square almost. Up they go. A juggling attempt. Partial smother. Knights have it again.
Lentini.
Kicked around the corner, but a good intercept by Tilly. He gives it to Caluzzi for the Cannons. He'll run on. Just drawing his opponent, but he kicks up and under to a contest.
It's a good play.
And just allowed him in there, the Knights, and over the top they'll go here. They've got loose men through the middle. Caulfield gets it, and he's having a good last quarter, and he finds Petrocelli out wide. They need a spark from him.
He's got to go. He's got to go.
Jack to kick to the square. We're out in front at centre half forward. Up they go. Well, they came down with it, but couldn't quite hold it. Kick out of trouble, and it falls the Cannons' way. Now they'll pump it out of the trouble zone. Up they go. Juggling mark. He didn't have it. Play on was the call. Now the Knights through Cannons through Mustafa, gives it to Curtis Taylor, who spears the pass, and Calder takes the mark.
Can I just say one thing? It doesn't matter what level of footy you play. What level of footy you play, as Tim Mitchell is quite excited in the social room here at Rams Arena. But Bytel, Curtis Taylor, Bolter, they're good players, have stood up in this last quarter.
Bolter from 49 kicks it straight through the middle. That's a beautiful kick. He's been fantastic in this last quarter. And Noah Bolter gets his second for the day. And now the score reads 83-64, 21 minutes into this final quarter. They have run all over him in this final quarter, 6 goals to none in this last term. And
a 3-goal lead to the Knights has ended up with a 21-point lead to the Cannons. With there's still 3 or 4 minutes to go, but they're good players have stood up in this last quarter. Bytel, Bolter, Banaki, Riccardi, Curtis Taylor. They've all had their moments in this quarter. They've all just stood up when required, and the Knights just haven't had an answer. They haven't been able to get their hands on the ball. Be interesting to see the possession count at the end of the game just for this last quarter.
Bolter gets the tap
There's
out,
Bytel.
goes to Bytel, to Lance. Lance kicks a bit of a scrub up. Borg beats him, bowls him. Now Wilson gets the handball out. They go wide. Mitchell Andrews got no one to go to in particular. Now he goes
better.
wide.
Go
to
to
chance here. Gillard
Go to Petruccelli.
goes to Serrana. Serrana on the left boot, long, low, and a mark is taken.
When they get the ball in open play, the Knights look great.
They had a few options there.
Yeah, but it's just, you know, when it's a 50-50 contest, they just struggle in those 50-50 contests.
Binion's got the mark. He comes in, he kicks, and it's to the left. It's a behind. 10-5-65 to 12-11-83. It's an 18-point lead. 6-goal turnaround. Fletcher kicks to himself and goes straight down the middle
Dangerous.
of Rams Arena. And the mark is taken by Fable, who plays on kicks.
He's a class player, isn't he, Fable?
Yeah,
He is.
In and out of the game today,
Yeah.
but when he's in, he's in.
Fantastic when he gets moving.
Lentini has marked this. Gone back further than Michael Holding. Marcus Lentini spent the first 3 quarters in defence. He comes in, kicks, and that's to the right.
2 missed shots in a minute.
10-6-66, 12-11-83, NG scoreboard, Technica time clock, 23.5 minutes in.
That's better kick out.
The Cannons go long. Looking for the crumb. Ball on the deck. Little kick off the ground. They work it forward. Good work. Now they've got it just forward to centre. Loose handball. Tackled by Land. And the ball will be thrown up inside the centre square.
I hope someone will go to Mason Fletcher and talk to him about the fact that there's times to go down the middle and there's times to go boundary side.
Gillard with the kick out of trouble. Down towards centre half forward, a bit of a toe poke. Now they've got it, the Knights. They've got the runner in Andrews.
Free kick.
Free kick. Might have been held. And it looks like Kalutzi. So this is all over Red Rover. Cannons will win this. 24.5 minutes in, final quarter. They lead by 17 points after a 6-goal last quarter, and they're sharing it around through Scholl. He goes back to the back pocket. They'll kick it further afield. And Kalutzi again. They'll go back this way again.
Well played, keep possession.
Yeah, they held it up nicely there. And now McNichol takes the mark in the back pocket. They're racking up possessions here. Over the back it goes. Handball. They're just holding it up. Tempo footy at the minute. They'll kick long to the halfback. Knights the spoil. Can't get it away. Calder Cannons. Just too much of the ball this quarter. Oh, one-hander. That's the ball game. 12-11, 83 the Calder Cannons defeated the Northern Knights 10-6-66 in what was an entertaining game of footy.
Topsy-turvy game of footy.
And we're going to have to be quick because we've got a double header today.
Yeah, I mean, it's the next game's due to kick off at 2 o'clock, and it's only 1:26 now.
Oh,
so
okay.
we could have a bit of fill to do.
Oh, we've got a bit of time. We've got a bit of time.
We've got a little bit of
maybe
time.
we can look after the sponsors as well.
We can.
Yeah. So, oh look, in the end, what a win, what a turnaround, and you know the Cannons, they played. I reckon they played 4 quarters of team footy, and they finished it off with team footy with their leaders, with their guns, with their stars standing up in that last quarter. And just quickly, the goal kickers for the winners, the Cannons, 3 goals to Riccardi, 2 each to Bolter, 2 in that last quarter, and Firebrace and singles to Lant, Taylor, Vital, Paluzzi, Borg and Balisaris. And for the Northern Knights, who just stopped in that last quarter, 3 to Shea, 2 to Howe, and singles to Petruccelli, Penrith, Stapleton, Fable and Sinclair. 12-11, 83 to 10-6, 66. Matty Borg hopefully will get Matty will get us a good interview here by the Cannons. Maybe the captain might be a good person to...
He's got a few people on his list.
Yeah,
the captain might be one of them.
Yeah, so, but great last quarter by the Cannons. That's their... I think we've seen the Cannons, 3 times this year? I think we have, and I'd say that was their best quarter by far. And quite interestingly, the goal umpires are running off the ground with pink beanies on.
They're looking good there. Good. Breast Cancer Network Australia brunch this morning between the 2 clubs.
So in the end, that last...
Young Gabo.
Yes.
Down on the ground for footyprofit.com.au, we've got Matty Cox.
Yeah,
Who you got with you, Matt?
Guys, got Brad Bernanke here, captain of their Cannons. Brad, what was said at 3/4 time, because you guys came out in that final term and just piled them on?
It was just about maintaining a bit of pressure and working hard as a team, and just any opportunity to roll and go, just take it on and take on the game as much as we can.
I noticed that was a theme during the quarter time break. Didn't seem to happen in the third term. Were the guys really disappointed with that?
Yeah, we're probably a bit disappointed how we came in after half time. We've been lacking a bit of consistency throughout 4 quarters, and I reckon that third quarter we can always work on it, and that's what we've got to work on, I guess, at training throughout the week and next week.
And second win of the season, must be a good feeling.
Oh, it's a good feeling. Good to finally get another win on the board, and it's been a tough season, but I think it's all up from here.
And playing some good footy too, which is really impressive for the Cannons.
Yeah, trying my hardest, and it's good to see just the boys getting around it.
Go and enjoy.
Cheers.
Good work, Matty. See if you can grab another one, Matt. One of the boys there, if he can. I think the Knights would be pretty disappointed.
Just the way they stopped and didn't finish it off. It's going to be tough to get the votes, because I just think there was a lot of contributors. You can look at what happened in that last quarter. I thought players like Jack Vital, Noah Bolter, and Matty, who we got?
Noah.
Okay, down on the ground, Matty Cox.
Yeah, guys, down here with Noah Bolter. 2 goals in that final term, mate. You really turned it on.
Yeah, just all luck, mate, and all the boys got around me. Shut up. Yeah, they were, good work towards the end. Good entries inside 50, and played a big part in it.
How disappointing was that third term for you guys, considering you probably had just been winning the arm wrestle throughout the match?
Oh, it was kind of, we got our heads down a bit after they got a couple on us, but towards the end, we got back up, scored a couple, and then just got the momentum and kept going.
What about your own game? Noticed you came off late in the first quarter, had a bit of a finger issue. All good?
Yeah, I think I dislocated my thumb or something like that. But just pushed through it, and ended up working all right.
Better let you go to recovery. Well done.
Cheers.
Good work, Matt.
A couple of nice interviews there, Crooksy.
There were. Doing a good job there. Gabo, just give us your rundown of a very entertaining game.
It was an entertaining game. Lots of skill, lots of effort, lots of team play. It was just a good game of footy all up, and got to give credit to the Cannons. They played pretty good footy for most of it. In the end, we thought the Knights might have had the class to finish the game off, but they just couldn't get their hands on the footy, Rick. It wasn't because it was poor play by the Knights. The Cannons just dominated that last quarter.
They just ran hard. They took risks. They ran hard through the middle, and they had some players really step up in that final quarter. I thought Boulder was great in that final quarter. They needed a marking forward. Bytel was just
but in the ruck too, sorry,
Rick,
Bolter. In the ruck,
yeah.
jumping over the top of Harmon a couple of times there. I think it was the first bounce of the
Yeah,
of
gave
the
him a
last
bit of momentum going in the ruck a couple of times, but Bytel was instrumental in that last quarter. He was everywhere and really picked it up and led from the front there to get that win. Benaki was brilliant.